All right, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the pre-market show. We are, again, Peter and Mike. Wait, no, Mike, there he is. He's that way. You know, it's always the camera's like the opposite direction you expect. All right.
Throws you off, Peter.
I know, and we were here good to go. Just listening in the chat room, we had Andrew, who is live in Thailand. They are still alive, so that's good. Everybody seems to be in good spirits and good health. They're all yogaed up,
yes,
all ready to go for their day of trading.
Meditated.
Indeed,
Chilling out on the beach in beautiful, sunny Thailand weather.
Yeah, now, what I will say is not relaxed is the market. This market is anything but relaxed. It's been just moving like a crazy person over the last couple of days, and that's good. We're getting some good price action, some movement. I like that when the market gives us those opportunities to trade, and there's been some good trades. Hasn't always been easy, but it rarely is, right? But the opportunities are there, and I think that is fantastic. Hopefully, we're going to get a lot more opportunity today. Let's start to see what economic events might affect the market. We'll start there, Mike, if you want to give us a rundown.
Yes, absolutely. So the big one that kind of came out at 8:15 was the ADP employment change that actually was below forecasted, and it did kind of affect the market. You see that we sold off a little bit. We're starting to recover, coming back up to about the center of that market sell-off right now. So we're taking a look at that. The rest of the economic news could have an impact, but not very big. I think the biggest one is if you were in a trade around 2:30 this evening, you are going to want to make sure that you got your ear to Benzinga or to social media, because the president speaks and you never know what's going to come out. Could be an announcement that nobody expected, and it can rattle the markets, or it can cause the markets to recover. So that's always something that I keep there. I've been burnt in the past a couple times, and I've also recovered some of that a couple times as well. So
you can absolutely be burnt on that if you're not ready for it. When you get those speeches, any presidential speech can often move the market, especially when they're during market hours like this. And who knows? In this case, I don't actually know what the content is, but it's. I'll have to look that up, see if we can figure out what the topic is. Although, with President Trump, it doesn't often matter what the topic is. He will talk about whatever he chooses to. So
yeah, there's a lot going on, right? You got Ukraine-Russia peace talks. You got the conflict or the tension in Venezuela. Then you got manufacturing in the homeland. So I mean, it and then anything.
There is big economic news, I guess, that came out with Michael Dell, who's made a $6 billion contribution into the America Children's Fund. I don't know exactly what it's called, but
it's a personal account. So for every child born December or January 1st of this year through December, I forget the end date of it, they get an automatic $1,000 deposited into an account that they can't touch until 18. It acts similar to a 401k. Yeah, there it is, David. Thank you. 2028. To a 401k, you can add to those accounts as a parent. You can also have matching contributions from employers, and that's what that big donation was for. They're trying to get the private sector to invest in this so that that for the future of kids in 18 years will have something to do what they want, whether they want to go to college and pay for it, whether they want to go to a trade school, whether they want to invest it or whatever. So there's some big projections on this that can really change some economic status for people.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it sounds like a great initiative to me. It is the, I think they're saying that the Michael Dell's, wherever it's coming from, some of his foundations, but it is the single largest public donation in history. So we'll see. I don't know if the market's going to react to that. I'm not even sure if it's worth watching Dell's stock, because it's not really related to the company. It's related to his private money. But it's interesting news, and that may be part of what the topic is that President Trump is going to be addressing when he talks this afternoon. In any event, guys, everybody should be aware of that. Again, 2:30 is the scheduled start time. They don't always start to schedule, but sometime around there, just be aware if you're in a trade this afternoon that you could get a big benefit, or it could move against you, depending on what you're in and how it moves. All right, so that's our economic calendar for this morning. Let's take a look at what we've got on the gappers list. We've got a lot of stuff. Actually, there's a few more things on the gap down list. It was very empty earlier, but as most of the market is gapping up this morning, and a lot of familiar tickers on there. Some new ones, but a lot of familiar ones. So let's start going through those. We'll see what is of interest and what we just want to, well, maybe we'll get the garbage truck out a couple of times. Speaking of which, well, I shouldn't say that. Let's start with SMX. Here we go. We could start with...
You might end up having to pull this garbage truck out right away, Peter. So this is SMX just announced in partnership with DMCC that they are shifting to gold. So it's really a gold move. If you look at the stock itself, it's pretty bad. Not doing much of anything. I think we got a lot better stuff on our gappers list than this stock. So you might want to press that garbage truck.
All right.
But press it, because it is not something that we should be trading right now.
Well, there you go. We'll junk that right away. Okay, so let's go to the next one on our list, and this is one that we only see during earnings season, so it's got to be earnings. American Eagle, AEO, on the list, gapping up here about 13% with about 580,000 shares traded. Pre-market action doesn't look great, but Mike, am I right? Is it earnings?
Yep, it is earnings for AEO. Like you said, the pre-market volume, it looks kind of like it's going to be a computer traded, but they had better than expected Q3 results, so it's popping them up. But volume is very low. Not a great trader. Like you said, we only typically look at this when there's earnings.
Yeah, don't love it. I have tried to trade this in the past. It doesn't always sort of go to plan, meaning it rarely do I find that it gets nice, smooth price action. It is a nicey stock, so you've got to wait for that volume to come in. I don't know. Maybe, but I think we're going to find better stuff. Tell you what, I'll throw it on the list. Let's make it our first thing on the gappers list this morning, and we'll just put it on here so we can put it on our secondary watch list and just see what happens. All right, the next one is a familiar ticker here in SERV, Serve Robotics. So are they serving up some more food, or are their robots getting kicked over again? Why are they on our list today, Mike?
Possibly because their robots are getting beat up, but there's no real news on them. I think they're just moving with the market today.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not very exciting.
Not very exciting at all.
No, I hope there was going to be some news on it, because I just find
I was wondering, do you have AEVA on your gap up list?
I do, actually. It just popped up here. Oh, my list is ever changing. So now AEVA, you can see it on here now. It just popped up, and Serve dropped down a couple of spots. So, all right. So let's look at that AEVA then.
So
Ava. I don't even know how to say that.
Yeah.
Eva.
So this is a supplier for LiDAR systems. So what everybody will be familiar with is they provide the technology for the lasers in self-driving cars, where the laser goes out, provides a 3D
LiDAR
image
stuff.
to the to the car. So OEM, a European car manufacturer, has selected them as an exclusive supplier for their automated driving system. So this is popping up on them. They do have a fairly decent movement. Volume still isn't that high. We're not even over 1 million shares yet on them, but this one does have news. So maybe we find something, maybe we don't. Could be a good secondary on this one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It doesn't look that bad. If I zoom in right on a 1 minute chart, you can see it is pretty gappy here. It's
Yeah.
I don't absolutely love it. You know what? Since you suggest it, Mike, I'll put it on here on the secondary list, and we'll see if we knock it off with something more interesting a little bit later. Okay, the next one I mentioned was MARVELL Technologies. Now they often come up in earnings. Every once in a while they'll come up at a different time with other news. Today they've got about 1.7 million shares. That's really good volume, actually, up almost 10%
Yes.
this morning. Why is it gapping?
So earnings, but
Okay.
I don't think it's really the results that are moving this. It was in line with revenue. It beat slightly its expectations on earnings per share, but the move really started during the conference call when they said they are expected to grow by 20% in 2026 off of their data center. So that's what really got people interested and the stock going. So that is why it's gapping.
Well, I like this. If you look at a daily chart, I like how it's moving up above the active price range. It's up above $100 today after closing yesterday under 93. So this definitely looks better than some of the other ones that we've peaked at so far. So it's going to the top of my secondary list here. And
it's interesting. If you were watching it after hours, I looked at the 5-minute chart. You can see that when the earnings came out, it definitely sold off. It did not like its initial revenue and earnings, but then when they started talking, they really the speakers did a great job getting that stock back up.
Yeah, look at that! Look at that move. You're right. It sort of sold off and then did a move twice the range higher here. So almost 3 times. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, good move up. So we'll see what happens when the bigger volume comes in after the opening bell. It does look good at this point in time. All right, let's go back to our gappers. Let's see what else we've got. We've got a couple of things that occasionally pop on our list. Next, let's see, in order, I think here is ONDS, which it was either last week or the week before that we had this ONDAS Holdings come up. Good volume here this morning. My goodness, 2.9 million shares. So the volume's good. I don't remember actually trading this. I'm not sure if anybody out there did, but why is it moving again today?
You're gonna like this one.
Oh, okay.
So they provide drones, right? And they've been selected as the prime contractor on behalf of a government entity with purchases to be confirmed in January. So
mysterious.
So they got a government deal with a unnamed government entity to provide drones that they will receive an order in a month. So
that's nicely vague. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So I mean, look, how many government entities buy drones? I mean, I assume it's a U.S. Do they even say whether it was U.S. government?
No, it doesn't even say. It just says a government entity.
A government entity. Okay. All right. So, interesting. Okay. Well, sometimes
could be Canada.
Could be
Canada.
Could be
Buying
Germany. I don't know. But Sometimes the vague news is actually better because that uncertainty can cause speculation in the stock, and maybe that's what we're seeing this morning with it moving up. It's quite aggressive here as it's moving this morning. Lots of green ever since 8:30, I guess, when that announcement came out. So I actually like this. I think I'm going to I think I'm going to bump this AEVA right off the list because you can't have too many things on here, and I'm going to put ONDS. So there you go. It's
there we go.
we gotta make some updates. Okay, next I have BMNR, which we've seen several times here. Bitmine seems to be on this list every day. You know what? I don't think I even looked at it at any point during the trading day yesterday. What did it end up doing? Doesn't look like it really did that much. It would have been a tough trade based on what I'm seeing on the 5-minute chart here. This is, I assume, Mike, just more of the same?
So this will start our Bitcoins stocks on the gappers list. So basically Bitcoin rose up to 92,000. So therefore you got BMR, you got Mara, you got all the Bitcoin companies that are following suit, kind of gapping up, circles in there with it. So really, if you like trading those type of stocks, take your pick about which one is your favorite, which one you like, and go with it because they're moving on the Bitcoin stock price rising to 92,000.
Yeah, 93 now. It looks like it's continuing to rise. So you're right. Good overnight move all the way up from about 84, 85,000 at a low and up to the 93 now. So this is the range that we've been talking about that it needs to get back into to feel somewhat healthy, but not explosive growth. That's got to get back over 100,000. But this is a good start. And like you said, Mike, if I look at our gappers list, we certainly do have a number of things that are in that Bitcoin space sitting on here. So as you said, pick the one you like. It's on there. The other sector that I see heavily represented here seems to be quantum. I see QBTS. I see RGTI. Yep. Is there something special happening in the quantum sector to get it moving today?
I think I was looking for news across Trading Terminal, across Benzinga, across FinViz, and really all that keeps coming up is quantum is sold off. People are thinking this is the time to buy the dip. So I think you're getting some people that are buying the dip, injecting some money in. So we're getting a nice movement up there. I did notice, and this is why it's so strange, is at 6 o'clock this morning, QBTS had a great move up, and it looks like there should be news somewhere on it.
According to Harvey,
I can't find it. So if somebody in the chat room has it,
yeah, they did post it. So Harvey and Def have identified the news for us. They say that they've formed a U.S. government business unit and appoint Jack Sears Jr. I don't know who that is, but anyways, to lead it. Yeah. So this government unit is going to be focused on selling quantum solutions to federal agencies. So, okay. People are buying quantum even if they don't know what to do with it yet.
Even if they don't know what to do with it, right?
Well, yeah. So maybe they do, maybe they don't. All right, but they're buying. That's what's important. So okay, so that pretty much rounds out the stuff that's sitting on the Gap Up list. Again, the sector, the Bitcoin sector, cryptocurrency sector does look interesting today as we're getting a little bit more volume. We said, pick whatever one you want. We got MSTR, which is moving reasonably well this morning. Mara is on the list. Coin, they all seem to be getting a little bit of, a little more activity. Coin actually not as much as you would think this morning, but it's still good movement. For earnings, we actually had a couple of earnings today. We mentioned some earlier. I was also tracking Dollar Tree, DLTR, but it really doesn't have much volume. It barely's got over 200,000 shares traded, and it's only up 0.6%. But I know that they did have earnings announced earlier this morning, and looks like they beat their numbers, but not many people are caring. So DLTR maybe not a good target. And the other one on earnings that will bring us to our gap down list is Macy's. Macy's, I used to love to trade Macy's, just because it met my criteria. It used to be a very sort of stable, slow-moving stock. You could trade it for pennies, meaning you could get like a 5-cent risk and you'd get a 20 or 30-cent move and be very happy. But I haven't looked at it for a while because they did this thing where they split off, I think, their digital assets from their old bricks and mortar stores, and it's been pretty dull trading ever since. I didn't actually look at it other than to say I think they actually beat their numbers in the quarter. So, Mike, any idea why are they gapping down then?
I'm not sure why they're gapping down, because not only did they beat it, I mean, they beat it heavily. So they were expected to lose 14 cents per share, and they actually earned 9 cents per share. The revenue beat wasn't as higher. Expected was 4.6 billion, and they beat it with 4.7 billion. So maybe that's why investors are a little worried about it. But for the most part, they didn't like what Macy's had to offer. They had positive looking forward guidance as well. So maybe they didn't pay off the analyst enough or something. I don't know.
Oh, now who's being all negative? All right. Well, I'm not sure about Macy's. I said I used to like to watch it, so maybe I'll put it on here. We'll set some levels on it. But our list is getting a little large, and Macy's probably not the best target. We'll keep it there for now. All right. What else have I got on the gap down list? I'm looking for the gappers
Economic
list.
calendar.
Yeah, no, I hit the wrong button there. So ACHC, what the heck is this? Our Acadia Health seems to be at the top of the gap down list. It's down about 23.5%, with fairly low volume, only 360,000 shares traded. It looks like it hit its low early this morning and has been bouncing back a little bit since about 7:45. Mike, why is it down so much? And as Carlos would say, who's getting fired?
They cut their full year guidance, updating, saying that they're not going to meet their expectations, and their general liability reserves are larger than expected with patient-related litigation. So
That's never good.
they're getting sued more than they anticipated. I think they probably are anticipating a loss of a lawsuit that they thought they were in the right. So they had to update their guidance. And
okay. That's
investors don't like it. Never good. Never good.
And if you look at the daily chart, they've been on their way down here since the beginning of October. So, actually, if I go back, it's been a lot longer than that, hasn't it? Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't look good. So what used to be an $85 stock down at $12 today. I don't know that this is going to end up trading well. Their average volume is a little under 3 million shares. So it's and with such relatively low volume, 360,000 shares traded this morning, doesn't look like ACHC is going to be in play enough for me to want to actively trade it. So let's move to some other stuff, see what we got here. This one we saw yesterday, Polyrizon, PLRZ. Now, if I remember Polyrizon, it was gapping up. So remember this chart. If you zoom out too far, it just looks flat. Let's go in closer, and then we can see what actually happened yesterday where we gapped up heavily. This is sort of the little bit of pullback, it looks like, after the enthusiasm from yesterday. I imagine there's no new news, Mike? New news?
No, there's none really.
No.
It's just a second day mover off of their nasal spray trials.
Yeah, and look at that volume, right? So they on their average day, they're trading like 100,000 shares. Yesterday, they traded 150 million shares. It's probably going to, right now they're at 670,000 shares traded, and I think the fun's over. I don't think it's going to end up being that great of a trade. So I'm just going to move on from that. PSTG is the next thing on our gap down list, down 14%. 280 shares traded. It's looking pretty spotty here. Yeah,
which one's that?
PSTG, Pure Storage. Pure Storage Inc. I assume that they... I don't know what they do. PSTG.
Oh, they're another one of these ones. Let's see here. Oh, Pure Storage Link. They had earnings, quarterly results. So I don't think anybody liked them. They weren't even on our radar. So that means we're in trouble.
Looking to see if drives. Okay, yeah. I thought maybe they provided storage units, but no, they're a data company. They provide data storage solutions. All right, it doesn't look very interesting. It's not one to hit the list here. GitLab is on the list. I'm just going to go through these quickly and see if we got anything worth talking about here. Down 11%, 500,000 shares traded. Yeah. It looks okay.
Yeah, it is on earnings. So they're again fell sharply. They reported their third quarters, issued fourth quarter sales guidance. That puts them below their midpoint estimate. So they are not expected to really hit their full fiscal year target. So that's why I think they're dropping, because they actually beat revenue and beat on earnings per share, but the guidance definitely was not what investors wanted to see or hear.
This looks better than I would have thought at initial glance. I sort of like where it sits on the daily. If you look at, if you zoom out on the daily chart, look at this consolidation range. Very interesting, I think, on a daily. Ever since April, like it's been up and down in this range. And we're right at the bottom end of that range. And the low that was set in April when it first moved all the way down from the 70s, $70 price range down below 40 here. So I think this is a very important area. So it might be interesting. If it drops that, it looks like GitLab has got, well, it's got a lot of room to the downside, because you got this gap area where it's could move down a few bucks before it catches some support. So I don't know. I got too many things on this.
Be aware again that you're going to be on a short selling restriction when this opens, because we're already below 10%. So unless if it pops back up and gets below that 10% drop, you'll be on a short selling restriction. So you got to get filled on an uptick, which may delay your entry a little bit. It's just something to be aware of and to consider when you're trading.
Right.
Because you may put an order in and not get filled, and then see the price drop, and then you're like, what is going on? And then you get mad.
What happened?
And then you get frustrated, and then you realize, oh, it's a short selling restriction stuff. Not that I've ever experienced that before in my life or recall what I'm saying. So be aware of that.
Okay. Good to know. All right, last one that I saw on the gap down list is OKTA, only because we've seen it in the past. Doesn't look that great. 200,000 shares traded. It's down 5%, but frankly, zooming on a 5-minute chart, it's pretty gappy here. So you know what? We can hit the garbage truck for that, baby. Go away. Meep, meep. All right, Mike, anything, I didn't ask you on the gap up or gap down list, anything that we haven't talked about that you think we should review this morning?
There's some decent shares going through NVDA and Tesla. Our typical ones you see. NVIDIA was able to get near the upper portion of its range yesterday with its trading, and now it's kind of selling off again. So we might be headed back down to the lower end of the range on NVIDIA. So that one could be a good one.
Really aggressively right at the moment, moving down here.
Yeah. So I'm going to keep an eye on NVIDIA. I will also keep an eye on Tesla, as the same thing kind of is occurring. It's nearing the top of the range that it's held for the last week or so. And it may sell off, or if it doesn't sell off, it might actually break through. So I'll be keeping my eye on both of them. They both have decent amount of volume going through their stocks or their shares today.
And they seem to be at the moment following the SPY. If I flip over to the market. It looks like everything is selling off right now, very heavy. And we've got a market down. Now, this is not economic data driven, or at least not scheduled data, because our next data release wasn't supposed to be until 9:15. So I don't think that's it. There must be some news, because man, this is a pretty heavy sell off early on.
This is a heavy sell off. Did anybody hear anything?
I don't see anything yet. So. Well, we'll find out as that news gets released.
I like what Will says. He's like, looks like a tweet. It's not anywhere across any of the news, but the market's going down. And Will, you were exactly right, because this is how I got burned. Like, why is the market going down? Yeah. Couldn't find anything, and then realized that it was something that got posted on social media.
Yikes.
So,
yeah.
But yeah, I don't see anything. I'm looking across different spectra or news sources right now.
Yeah. The other one we should look at today maybe is Apple, because Apple's just been at all-time highs, and even this morning it's not selling off as much as the rest of the market that was moving down. Apple's been just bucking the trend, moving higher and higher. Yesterday it again hit a new all-time high, and I'm sort of happy to say I was actually shorted this thing from above 287. Got a great pullback on it. For those of you that are waiting pre-market, as you know, I'm not always trading right at the open, and I didn't trade. This was my first trade of the day, and it happened right after 11 a.m. So I was here with you guys from this time yesterday, and I didn't, it took me an hour and a half into the market before I got my first trade, and worked out well. Great trade of the day for me, right? One and done type thing on Apple. So great move short from the highs. I just waited for my moment, stuck to my rules, and that played well. I got to thank Nathan for that. He and I were doing the live broadcast around 11 here, and helped me get into that. And yes, it was a great move. So there you go. Apple is still in play. I mean, again, it doesn't look great this morning, especially when you get things moving like this. It's not doing that, but it was a great move yesterday. Speaking of which, later on in the show, guys, here on YouTube, Thor will be joining us later on, and he's actually going to be live from the Money Show booth and be doing our show live while at that show. So that's pretty cool. We've got our team members that are all out there everywhere, right? Whether they're in Thailand, whether they're doing, events and shows, we're everywhere. So it's pretty cool, everybody being out there. So, all right, that's what we got. How about you guys? Anything that you want to take a look at? PLTR I see being mentioned here by Will. Let's take a look at PLTR. It sort of moved down with the market here this morning. PLTR has been a little tougher, in my opinion, to trade. At least I have not seen sort of the quality type setups that I look for. That being said, it did move higher off the open yesterday. What a great move up, and then retraced pretty much all of it before sort of dying off and just moving sideways for the rest of the day. But good move, sort of in the opening hour of trading yesterday. I want to zoom right in. Let's see what this did. It would have been tough for me to take this trade, but if you were long on PLTR, you would have loved that move. So that's a pretty good one. What else are you guys looking at out there? Microsoft. Microsoft's always tough.
That's interesting. Microsoft just had some news come out. Want to thank there was somebody in the chat, Dinesh. I suck at names, so Dinesh posted. Microsoft actually just announced that they are lowering their AI software sales quotas as they are seeing consumers are resisting some of the newer products that they're putting out. So basically, hey, consumers are like, I don't like this AI person in my life. Copilot needs to take a step back. You're interfering with me. So that's really the only news I see around, and that could possibly be the reason we're starting to see some. I mean, anytime you get AI, right, that's what's been propping up this market, and now you have some news saying, hey, maybe we aren't going to make as much money as we thought on this AI. Could rattle some people.
Yeah.
So.
It definitely could, and we see Microsoft moving down. And Microsoft doesn't normally move a lot pre-market, so this is actually fairly significant for it, I would suggest. I mean, yes, the market moved down, but often Microsoft just ignores that. But today, it has not been able to. So, very interesting. I see that we've got, oh, look at this. We've got more.
And it very interesting on that drop. Everything was green in the Mag 7. Now everything's red minus Tesla's still green, but it's headed south as well. So
all right, so yeah, so good note there. And if you're interested in Microsoft, I usually just wait and see what Microsoft does after the market open, because it can, while it can move, you've got to you just got to wait and see if it's going to give you sort of what you expect from it. So, but not a bad option. Okay. All right, guys, let's do a couple things here. I wanted to give credit first off to our winner. There we had a Thailand giveaway. We want to give credit here to Mad Props, who is there in Thailand. Are you out there, Mad Props? Are you watching? Anyways, hopefully we're up on the screen there in the room. I know Carlos said, hey, he managed to get this picture off, and wanted to say congrats to him for being there and for winning that prize. The other thing that I just got, as I saw that I love here, is look at this. Look at this crew, huh? Look at that. They are out there.
Awesome.
Yeah, isn't it awful actually, Mike? It's pretty terrible for us because we have to sit here and look at that.
It is.
Doesn't it make you just say,
terrible?
Why am I not there? But
yes, it
all
makes
right.
me say, why am I not there? And reminds me 6 days till the DR. 6 days till the DR.
So there you go. So there's the crew that's in Thailand with our trading team. You can see Andrew on the far right there, and a lot of our crew mixed in here with all our guests. So pretty awesome. I hope it looks like you guys are having a blast. So have fun out there in Thailand, and we do absolutely sincerely wish we were there. Okay. With that news, we're at about 10 after. Why don't we? It's time, Mike, to let people know what's happening in the community. Let me just pop this up onto the screen and give you a chance to tell us what webinars we're having today on this Wisdom Wednesday.
Yes. So before I do that, you got to thank the lovely weather in where Jared lives, as he had a power outage yesterday during his webinar. So we are going to find a time today to reschedule that. We will look at putting it probably tomorrow at 7 p.m. if Jared is good with that. If not, we'll look at next week sometime, either Tuesday or Wednesday, throwing it in there so that you have the opportunity to see that. But for today, we have Dr. Kenneth Reed. He will be talking about the smallest changes that transform trading performance. And if you were there last time, we have solved the issue that Dr. Reed had as well. So even if he crashes and his secondary internet takes over, we know how to fix that now. So we will get that. Next week, we'll have Wesley talking about self-control under pressure. And then what's today again, Peter? December 3rd, right?
The 3rd today, yeah.
Yes. So Dr. V will be there today at noon. There's one Wednesday this month that she's not going to be there, so I just had to.
Dr. Vanessa, you mean? Dr.
Yes,
Charlin.
Dr. Vanessa Charlin will be there.
Yeah,
so
yes,
she will be in the. She goes by Dr. V. She really likes
Dr. V.
Yeah, she likes it. So she will be there for your session at 12 p.m. today in the not the onboarding room, sorry, the elite webinars rooms, because it's only available to our elite members.
There you go. All right. And if you want to take advantage of joining us here, we still have our Cyber Monday sale. It's going on for one more day. So you want to take advantage of it. We've got the deals here from the inclusive deal that includes the boot camp that's going to start in 2026. If you wanted to do that, that's a pretty great intensive program that can get you started on your trading journey or help you continue if you just wanted to sharpen those skills and focus in on what you're looking to do to be successful. Then the Cyber Monday deal is the one one for you. Otherwise, you can go through the different offers here, and you can't go wrong with any of them. So pick the one that's right for you and take advantage while those prices are still available. Okay, it is now, what time is it? 12 after 9. We've got about 17 minutes till the market open. And I think, Mike, it's time for me to set some levels. Moderators, get your lists in. Mike will let you know in just a minute what we're going to be looking at here from a moderator's list. Let me start with, again, the stuff that is on my target list here. And I've changed it up quite a bit, right, since we started the show, because there's been some stuff that I liked and then some new stuff that have come on. So let's start with MARVELL, which I said moving surprisingly well. If I go to a daily chart, I like how it's sitting up here on the downside. I definitely want to take a note of where this high point was, which was $98.13. So I'm going to put it at $98.15. Because that's a level that if we hit, I expect some support if we go to the downside. On the top side, while we have been, it's not like we're at an all-time high, right? MARVELL has certainly been higher than this in the past. And look, back here, right at the end of last year, so a year ago, we spent a good amount of time up here. So I think there's some levels we can take advantage of. Oh, this area here is one that we're going to have a lot of orders trapped. Around 107.50, I'll definitely put a marker there. And then up here, too, at 111.50, definitely areas where I see a lot of shares having changed hands. I don't know that we'll get that high necessarily today, but if it does, I'll be ready for it. Of course, if we just come back into the recent price action, on the downside, I've additionally protected, or I've got levels at the previous day close, including yesterday's high, for example, which is way down at 93.80. So we'll see what happens if MARVELL decides to drop, but I'm thinking it's got some topside opportunity. The other one that we were looking at here was ONDS, which looked surprisingly good in movement here in the pre-market. Right now, we're sitting at an area that is interesting to the top side. The pre-market high is an interesting area at $8.80. Higher than that, geez, I mean, we'd have to go all the way up here to some level around $10.80. It looks like it definitely had some resistance there. We'll see if it slows down if the price goes up another $2. That would be a big move for this ONDS. I'm not sure that it'll get that move, but I like the news. So we'll see that speculative random government contract that they're only partially disclosing. So we'll see if it gets a little bit more of a boost. The other one we were looking at that again surprised me with how well it was moving is the GitLab. We'll see what it's doing. Yeah, it's still moving. The volume, I'm a little worried that it might have tapered off a little bit. This may not be the best target, but remember, love where it sits on the daily chart. Let's just zoom into this area of the chart. I got to put a level down here because this low here, which was at 38.90. Yeah, definitely something to, 37.90 is the area. I'm going to leave, actually 37.95, that's good. I'm going to leave it right there because that'll give me a little bit of advance notice as we get to that range. And then if we go back here, if it drops that, remember there's that gap I was talking about that I want to keep an eye on. This is way back here in, 2023 it looks like. If we get down lower, probably put an area around $37 right there. So, okay, so I'm ready to the downside if if GitLab drops and gives us a move opportunity. Like we were talking about, we've got the constant movers that we can always keep an eye on in Tesla, NVDA, and of course my good buddy AMD. Always watching them to see how they're going to move. I've got those levels set. I mean, we are still mid-range on Tesla, so all these levels you can see to the top side and downside are going to keep me healthy. Same thing on NVIDIA. We're still sort of mid-range to this consolidation. Like, we've really been here for quite a while. This is a very flat zone, if you will, overall, other than the little aberration we had back at the end of October when it looked like NVIDIA was off to the races again, but quickly came back into this area. So until we break out of it, we're going to see good price action, but no, I don't think big monumental moves. So, I still like it. I still like the way it moves. I still love to trade it every chance I get. So AMD, slightly different profile on its daily chart, but almost the same sort of effect in the last few days where it's just sitting in this narrow range. You can see I've got lots of levels to the top side and downside to keep an eye on. What's not on my list? Well, we talked about Microsoft. We'll see how much that news affects it. I'm tempted to add it here just to keep an eye on it. I have so much now to watch. It starts to get too much, and then you're not really focused on anything. But Microsoft seems like a good candidate with that news, and of course we mentioned Apple earlier. It's just at the all-time highs. I don't even need to put that on my list. If it does something interesting, there's enough people in the chat room that'll point it out that I can sort of bring it back up if required. So lots of things to watch, lots of good targets today. Whatever you do, focus on the stuff that makes sense to you. And you should have a good trading day. Mike, we can talk about what our moderators are watching. Let me bring that moderator list over onto the screen, and maybe you can share that with everybody.
Yeah, so Andrew was first in this morning with NVIDIA, Tesla, AMD. He added Microsoft, and he is also going to be watching QBTS in the quantum sector. Thor will be watching gold, the ES, and the Russell. For that, equities, he'll be watching Tesla and NVIDIA. Jared will be watching Tesla, Microsoft. He's also watching robotics and drones as a secondary. Gary's going to be watching.
I love it.
Yeah, beep boop stocks. I like that, Jared. Gary will be watching Tesla, AMD, and the beach. Yes, Gary, thank you for reminding me so much that you're on the beautiful island. And we're here in Kansas City, and Peter's in Ottawa. Do you have snow on the ground too, Peter?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, just a reminder of why we should have gone to Thailand. I will be watching Microsoft, Tesla. Paris will be watching Marvel, American Eagle, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Microsoft. Brian will be watching the SPY, the Qs, Tesla, NVIDIA, Microsoft. Megan, Crowd, and Microsoft. So interesting stock that's not normally on our moderators watch list. It has pretty much hit all of us, Tesla or Microsoft. So could be an interesting one. I definitely have it up on my screen. I think the majority of us moderators have it there, so it's there. And you know what the worst part about the snow right now in Kansas City, Peter, is it's not that nice, pretty white snow. It is the grimy brown and black slush mud, and that is refrozen, and it's nasty. It's ugly.
I've got, I'm sitting here looking at not a beach, right? As I'm showing you, I get to look at the snow on the ground out the window here, and my neighbor's siding. So there you go. That's what's living in suburbia. It's certainly not beach weather here. Oh well, what can you do?
Yes, it is terrible. And my car is all brown with salt all over it right now.
That'll do it. Sounds like they mix sand. They do a sand and salt mixture on the roads there.
Yep.
Yeah. Here we just tend to just do salt, and so your car ends up white. But it's the same effect.
No, mine's definitely brown. It is ugly and nasty.
All right. Well, that being said, let's get back to trading. And there is a lot of good opportunity in these markets. So let's make ourselves happy with some money in the account. How about that?
Yes.
I like the sound of that. And I like the look of a lot of these stocks. I mean, really, some of the moves we're getting early on are giving me hope that we're going to get some great movement today. The volume should be back in. We've had relatively low volume this week, but it has been picking up. And today it looks like it's just going to get better. Don't forget, as we were talking earlier about the economic calendar, there are a couple of data points out there that are coming out later. The PMI numbers are coming out at 9:45 and 10, and then later this afternoon, I think probably the biggest event of the day will be the presidential speech. Again, no matter what the topic is, it tends to have a market impact, at least historically. We'll see today. It really depends on what area of focus it's going to be, right? So if it does talk about anything that's indirectly or directly related to the markets, then certainly the market is going to react. So keep that in mind. Next week, of course, we do have that rate decision coming up. So that's a week from today when the Fed is going to be announcing the rate decision again in the afternoon. So that's something to watch. But we'll worry about that next week as we get closer. All right. All of that being said, guys, you can tell I'm pretty enthusiastic about today. I'm hoping that we're going to get some great trading opportunities. And I'm happy for all of our friends out there in Thailand having some fun, doing some trading in their evenings, a little late evening trading, right, between all of their activities. So take care in the chat room. We're going to hand you back. I assume that Brian and Andrew are going to be trading live. Andrew was... Well, I say in early, but it's not really early their time, right? So it's they were there anyways, ready to go. Super late, yeah. There's Brian hanging out in the room. I can see him. I can see his camera. He's getting ready. So, all right, have fun, guys, in Thailand. Have fun in the chat room here in YouTube. We got so much stuff happening for you this morning with Mike and I, and then Thor trading live from the Money Show, and of course Vanessa Charlin. I think she's going to be on with us as well. So, yeah, we got lots of stuff happening. All right. Take care, everybody. Have a great trading morning.
Take care, everybody.
Okay. All right, friends on YouTube.
Here we are.
Let's get going. And let me just turn down the chat room. Okay. Yeah, Mike, I really do have pretty much too much on my list. I'm not sure what to watch as we get closer to the open here.
Yeah. I narrowed it down.
I'm going to fill up my charts here. ONDS still looks good. I do like MARVELL. Even some of the other stuff we talked about earlier and rejected. AEO, the AEVA, they don't look as good. Macy's, I don't know why I've got a soft spot for Macy's. I should give up on Macy's. Like it never trades well.
It's not good anymore.
No. Right. And yet I seem to like to persist with it and try and watch it all the time. So, wow.
I'm definitely liking Microsoft here. So I'm gonna be watching it. I got a level at 478 that I marked. That's kind of been where it's found support over the last few days, and we're now down below that off this big drop. So the question is going to be, are we going to continue this drop, or are we going to be able to recover it? So
I see this. Yeah, this was sort of the open 478.50. Yeah, I like that. All right, 5 minutes to the open. Yeah, Microsoft actually might be good for my my Rising Devil type trade. So if we can get a pull up, even up to 480. Or 481 the way it sits right now. We'll see what happens in the next 5 minutes. But that might be a good if we get that pop up and then weakness in the stock. Yeah, we could see a further sell-off. Microsoft's a little... You got to be careful with it, though, because there's so much institutional ownership in this that often, they could see this as a buying opportunity, right? If they think that the pre-market has overdone the reaction to the news of them calling off their forecast. Or they may think it's, they haven't taken enough off the stock. So again, I'm not going to prejudge, but if I do see a pop and then weakness, that would be my sign, my opportunity perhaps to take an interesting trade on it. So we'll see where it goes. All right, AHMA, Rosemary, you're asking if that's shortable today. Often, whether it's shortable or not is going to depend on your platform. If I look at it on my platform right now, it says it is hard to borrow, which means it's not shortable, right? It says clearly, symbol is not shortable right now. So you might have a different broker that's got shortable shares. But right now, I don't know why it's not shortable. Short restriction activated on the symbol. Okay, so if it's a full short sale restriction, then I imagine it's not shortable for anybody, unless you're using a derivative product, right? Derivative products are often shortable, like, help me out, Mike. What's the platform that people like to use outside of the U.S.? It's not legal in the U.S. if you want to trade stocks, but you don't trade the stock?
CFDs.
CFDs, thank you. Contract for
derivative or
derivative
some
contract for something. I forget what the D stands for.
Yeah.
You guys probably know. But anyways, yeah, if you're using CFDs, then you can short anything. Differential difference, something like that. Contract for difference. Yeah. So basically, you think you're trading the stock, but you're not really trading the stock. It actually happens off market, which is why you can short anything. And it's often basically I'm not a big fan of them because essentially it's the broker trading against you. It's a little hard. So contract for difference. All right, there you go. So yeah, CFD. Some people love them. Some people hate them. I mean, they're not available in Canada or the U.S. So
Nope.
So I don't worry about them too much. But
yeah, they definitely don't want it. Look there's that pop back up to 478. Why are you doing this pre-market, Microsoft? Like, wait.
Wait. Kevin, you're asking what broker we use. I use independent brokers. That's my broker, but I mean, there's lots out there that you can use. Usually, you could interactive brokers.
Interactive.
Oh my God, IB.
I was like, you really threw me off.
Yeah, apparently I don't know what anything stands for today. Interactive brokers. Thank you. So they've been serving me well. I've been with them for almost a decade now, and have had really no issues. So.
I have no issues with them until I tried to move my personal account over to my LLC. And it was just an ass pain. Oh, can I say that on?
Well, you just did. So yes, I guess you can.
Uh-oh. Am I going to get fined?
No.
But yeah,
nah.
that was frustrating.
Yeah.
But I'm up. I'm running again. I'm happy.
Okay, that's good.
My commission structure is set back to the way it should be, so I'm good.
All right, guys, 1 minute to the open. My alarm just went. We will see what we've
Microsoft.
got. Yeah, I like Microsoft too. I'm keeping an eye on it. I'm also taking a look at AMD and NVIDIA. They're getting a little bit of a bounce, as is the market after that harsh pull down we saw just before 9 o'clock, or that started just before 9. So Microsoft might be. Well, we'll see. Might be. Okay. That's what I'm primarily watching.
For a long on this until it reclaims VWAP for sure, but I will definitely be looking for a short here in the first few minutes on it.
Yep. I'm hoping. We'll see what we get. Keeping an eye on it myself. 3 seconds, 2. There you go. There's the opening bell. Let's see what we get. Getting a little bit of a pop up.
Here's a pop back up to that 478 level.
Yep.
Go. We getting up to 479.50. Here we go. There's VWAP.
All right. Well.
So here's 479.
Oh my God. That's a horrible fill. I got a horrible fill on that short. I decided to try it. I'm going to go short on Microsoft. We'll see if we get the support. I'm not seeing a lot of orders, but Microsoft could be tough that way. You never know, because it could be wanting to move here.
I'm going short with you, but like you said, Peter, horrible fill.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a pair of horrible fills on this thing, so we really need to get moving here.
I'm looking for a little drop here very, very quickly. Otherwise, I'm going to get out of this thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just hovering around my break even.
It's hovering around that 478 that I don't like.
Yeah.
So
looks like I don't like this move right here.
Don't.
Wow.
Question is, I'm getting out of this. I don't like it.
Yeah, it's not looking great here. I mean, it hasn't bounced up
You're
or
probably going to
sold
be
off.
in there, but my fill was too bad. I don't want to. It has held
Yeah.
that 478 twice now.
Yeah. Yeah, and it looks like the SPY is popping higher, which is not good for this trade.
Make sure I'm all out of it. Yep, I am. All right. Let's see what other opportunity. Of course, we got Apple that is running wild right now.
Hmm.
Ooh, Apple making a new all-time high. Of course. This Microsoft, I know, Peter. It's so frustrating. All right.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm looking for Apple to come back, test the VWAP. Got a pullback, hit my scanner. We're at VWAP right now. See if we find some support. You still in there, Peter?
I'm still hanging in here. I don't know what it wants to do. That spike high was not reassuring. I'll tell you that. That's for sure. But oh, here we go. All right, so getting a partial now that we finally spiked down. I had to stay patient in there. Now this thing could pop right back up and stop me out, but I'm hoping that we get a move down here below 477. That would be where I'd be looking for. Yeah, there we go. All right, taking another partial.
You go, Peter.
Okay,
Nice.
so they're finally getting the move. That was a little nerve-wracking. I almost added another time up there. I wish I had actually, but yeah, look at those. My two fills were around 478.50-ish, 478.60, and it still met.
Yeah, my fill was down by 478. That's why I was so frustrated.
Right. Yeah. So
like I tried to get it up around 479 and I got down at 478. So it just really throws your risk to reward off. And I didn't want
there
to
we
play
go.
with it. There
Taking
you go,
some more off at 476. Actually, I got a good fill on that one. So now, now if I can get low of day, that'll be good. So
Apple here. Apple's got some orders up at 290. Let's see if I can get a nice move up into this high day.
All right. So looking to see what else is moving here. Macy's had popped up at the open. MARVELL looks a little tough. AMD and NVDA not really doing much this morning.
AMD just made a new low, which is interesting, but
let's see AMD here. Yeah, AMD's now at low of day. So yeah, AMD would have been a tough one. It looks sort of interesting down at low of day, but it would have been tough to get into. Here's Microsoft. I'm still hanging in this with my remaining shares.
back up to that 478 level.
Yep.
Apple is down below its all-time high from yesterday. Finding support at, it looks like they are 4 on the daily though. Is tested 270, 287.13, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times now. So
Move my stop down a couple of cents in case Microsoft moves heavy into me. So
287 is holding on Apple for now.
Yep.
I'm gonna be, if I can get some volume into Apple with a nice move back up to 288, look for an entry around that spot.
You're talking about Apple here. Oh,
Yeah,
what's
it's
Apple
holding
doing?
VWAP.
Yeah.
I want to see volume start coming in off this thing.
We'll see if that can happen for you. And
yeah, Microsoft is short. If Peter can survive break even, you may get a really nice move on this if it can lose the low of day and the pre-market low.
right.
Here comes Apple.
Yeah. Did you get into Apple?
It's not above 288 yet. Not yet, but I do like it. I like the volume profile we're getting. I'm going to take an entry. Looks like we got the entry. We'll take, if we can break through this high of day. Take a partial up here at the high of day.
I didn't
Just in
get.
case it comes back. There it goes. Nice little pop to
Show you what
280.
Mike's doing. Here's Mike's chart that he's sharing. He's getting the move higher on Apple, so it's up to the high of day. I'm trying to get a move lower on Microsoft.
I'm going to get this break even again, damn it, from yesterday. Oh, well. Damn you. It's all right. It's all good. Same thing as yesterday.
The market's the SPY is selling off here a little bit as we get the market that, well, it's not doing much. It's selling off a little bit. That's okay. I'm all for that. Of course, I want my trade to go lower. Mike, of course, wants Apple to go higher.
I could care less now. I'm out at break even.
Oh, you're out? Okay.
Yeah. Look at that doji that I put in. Like, come on, Apple. Really?
And I'm still hanging in here on my Microsoft trade. As you can see, I haven't done anything in the last 6 minutes. Just waiting. I'd like to get down to low of day. There is still a risk, of course, that it comes back up and stops me out. You can see I moved my stop down a few cents below my break even. But we'll see what we get. Just got to be patient on it. I've learned countless times that my lack of patience has cost me opportunity. So, Mike, your trade was pretty fast in there, right? Because if you're trying to get a high day break, it needs to break and then hold, right? And if it doesn't,
it needs to break and it needs to go for me.
Right.
So
that makes sense.
And if I had held and still kind of survived, this would be I'd be very worried right now, because if you look at the 1 minute on it, right?
Yeah.
You got a new high, but then you have a fail to make a new high. And now we're struggling to make another new high, which means typically on high day breaks, you can get a very harsh pullback right here.
Right.
So
there's Mike's, what he's looking at on Apple.
Yep. See, it made another new 1 minute low. It's making these. John even talks about this. This is like you're transitioning from this is a great trade to I'm gonna get fully stopped out. See the thing. And this is why I trade the way that I trade. I go in with a heavy size to get a short move on these. I am not looking on high day breaks for a large 4, 5, 6 hour move. I'm looking for a 1 hour move on it.
Here we go. I'm getting down to
There
my
we go, Peter.
target area. Come on, let's get lower. Tempted to take some off here. I just don't know how much lower it could go. I'm going to take that partial here. I'll take more off if it it's right where I got my partial last time, but oh, here we go. Maybe I should have waited. So, Microsoft is all right. Well, good thing. Maybe good thing I did take that partial when I did.
Yeah.
Hanging out here. We'll see. Still room for it to move. For
I wish
next
I had
stop.
a better entry on Microsoft. You can see my. Oh wait, I got Microsoft on the other screen. One sec. Let me click on Microsoft. Microsoft, where you at? You can see how I got this entry, right?
Zoom in a little bit there so we can see more of.
Sorry.
I got all the pre-market stuff.
Yeah, we don't want pre-market stuff. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, you were just a little bit, yeah, like you said, a little bit lower than my entry, and I get that, right? Because that can just throw you off, especially when Microsoft it had a fairly big spread at that point, and it was not being easy.
Yeah, and I actually had pressed it when the price action was up here near 479.24. With about a 10-15 cent spread. So I expected some, but to get a fill all the way down here at 478.44, I was like, ugh. And then we kept hitting this support level that I was worried about. After it did it the second time, I'm like, my risks are rewards off anyways. So I'm just going to get out of this thing. So... And as you can see, Apple, this is why I trade the way I trade. My stop was around 287. Take that entry, get the high in case of it rejects the high a day break. Boom, right back down. We're finding support. So again, if I get the volume setup, which is this rising volume, you see this stair stepping pattern here. If I can get that going back up, we may get back into it. So.
Indeed. Okay. I'm still, like you said, hanging on here on Microsoft.
Yeah, there's some orders on Atlas on Microsoft down at 475 and 474. So
yeah, 475 is my next target for a partial. Even if we're hanging out here now at just above 476. I won't be taking another partial here. I'm going to wait for it to get down, hopefully, to 475. So we'll see what happens. Microsoft has the ability to move several dollars in either direction, so I'm not that far away from my entry. I'm only $2 away from my entry, so it's still in danger. I am above VWAP now, which is nice. So the VWAP has moved below my my price. However, it doesn't make me that safe at this point.
Yeah.
Just keep an eye on this trade. What's Apple doing on you here? Yeah, Apple, it's bouncing around.
It didn't give me the volume that I wanted on that volume bar. So notice how it's descending, not increasing. So it kind of throws my setup all off. So now, yeah, see,
the market overall, if I look at the SPY, look how flat it is. It's really just moving sideways. Even the Qs, which are more the tech stocks, still flat and moving sideways. It makes it a tough morning. Yesterday we got at least a little more directional movement. Today we've got better volume. The volume's up on everything, back to around average volumes on most things. but the direction isn't quite as easy, and yeah, it's making for tougher trades, anyways. You're not getting the big trending moves that make for good trades.
Looking across.
Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Meta. What did you do, Meta?
UBTS. Just taking a look at that to see what it's doing. Yeah, not that much.
Meta. Nothing. Don't really like that setup on Meta.
Meta? What are you looking at? Meta. Oh, Meta. Yeah, Meta just moved to a high of day. So there's some move higher on Meta. Just went green. Holding it.
Tesla's got some orders up at 440. It's got some volume.
Yeah.
But it's a red now. No, don't like that. SPY moving down.
That's what I want to see. But
let's get some alerts set over here on different things. Microsoft. Google had a push up and then pulled back off 319, it looks like.
Yeah, a little spike at the open on Google. Here we go. Maybe this time on Microsoft as we're pushing lower.
Oh, looking good, looking good.
Hoping for a move.
Let's make a new low.
Come on. I think if we're going to go lower, we're going to go fast down to 475. It's probably just going to leap this gap here, but we'll see. 476 seems to be holding fairly strong on Microsoft so far. I don't see a lot of orders. There's not a lot of but the next place where there's any orders stacking at all, 475.50. See if we can take those out, and then it's got to get down quickly to the 475 level. I don't like the...
Keeps finding support off the S3, which is 475.49 on the monthly.
Here we go. 475.50 area. Let's... Ugh. Hmm. 60. This time 50. Still getting support. All right, I'm taking a partial. I didn't wait for 475 just because it was getting enough support there that it could very well bounce on me. So Murphy's Law. As soon as I take a partial, usually that encourages the stock to drop. Encourages it to drop. Yeah, that's all right. if that's what it takes for it to move lower, then fine. I'll take the partial. And not always, but I'm actually that partial was relative. You know, it's okay. It was a smart partial because there was enough support for Microsoft that. Here we go. Now is it going to go? Wow. 475.20 is as low as we got. So definitely some support for Microsoft down here. Still hanging in on this trade.
Can we get through 439 on Tesla?
Yeah, I see Tesla's finally pushing at this high of day. Just set a new high of day.
Come on. Oh, it didn't go.
Still, the market's
No,
maybe working
market
against
did
you here.
not help me.
No. Well, it's tough to. I mean, Tesla still can. It's right here. Hasn't given up yet. I'm not dead yet.
Watching volume. I'm not dead yet. Come on, get through that 4. Don't like it.
No.
Don't like
It's
it. It's probably gonna go
tough.
too.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, again, it could go either way, right? This thing could spike down to 436 or up to 440. It's
Don't like it. Don't like it.
meanwhile,
That second push that it went and couldn't get through is what I didn't like about it.
I gotta go back here to Microsoft as it's retesting the low.
Here's where you get, right? Look at Tesla now. Boom, 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 all the way back down.
Yeah.
This is where seat time that Peter and Carlos and all of us talk about, right? Like when you have a setup and you know your setup, you know what you want to see. And when you don't see it, you just got to accept it and you get out and you move, right?
Yep.
And get out of the way. Otherwise, that hope and pray and wish feeling that you're like, oh, maybe, just maybe. Well, that maybe is below 50%, which means it's probably time to get out of your trade. So.
Wow. Getting support here for Microsoft. It's really strong support. It's not able to make it lower.
It's a tough day today.
Yeah, it's tougher than it was. I would say Monday, Tuesday. So if you guys are struggling out there, you're not alone. It is pretty choppy. Like I said, we're not getting any of those momentum, those directional plays, like we were seeing yesterday, where there was a lot of them. There's so many orders here on Microsoft. It's all downside loaded.
Oh, and now the SPY's popping. That's going to drive this Tesla trade. And Microsoft probably, is bouncing off, right? Yeah, right off that 475 level. You got a range, 478 to 475.
Yeah.
I'm kind of wanting it to get back up to 478 and give me an opportunity to short it again.
Well, that would put it too close to my break even. I don't really want that myself.
Yeah, I know, Peter. Here we go with Tesla.
Yeah, but even
I don't think it's completely ready yet.
No.
There's lots
Tesla.
of sellers up here at 438.50, 439, 440, but they just can't seem to find the buyers to continue the momentum. But it does have rising volume again.
Okay. Guys, I'm still keeping an eye on Microsoft, of course, as I nurse this trade.
VWAP, which is not something that I like. I'm rejecting it again. Volume at 30 seconds isn't even close on Tesla to being halfway up. Not what I want. Microsoft still holding for you.
Yeah.
Up and
Yeah.
not what I want to see on Tesla for another attempt. Don't like it. We got stuff going. Tesla. Change over to the 2-minute. Things are a little choppy this morning.
A little?
Just a little.
Just a wee bit, eh?
Just a little bit. Wee bit.
Just a tiny. I mean, look, you don't have to look any farther than the market overall. Look at the SPY chart. Look how flat this is since the open, right? Like we are really just not going anywhere. So that is not the best looking chart. So
Unfortunate.
it is unfortunate. Even the Qs, you look at that. That's even worse, right? It's just sort of just dead sideways. So we're not getting a lot of
Not getting
movement.
the setups.
Even Microsoft, I'm trying to get this low here, and every time it looks like it's about to go lower, it gets the support around the 476 level. I'm thinking it's going to be popping higher. So I might be done in terms of my ability to take profit on this, but I'll hang in there. Let's see. What are some of the other stuff doing that we were looking at?
That's a crazy wick on Tesla.
ONDS got a sell-off right at the open, and then it's been going sideways ever since. On the other side, Macy's got a pop higher, and then it's been going sideways since that pop at the open. MARVELL has just been terribly choppy. Well, look at this. This is not great.
Question for you on YouTube, Peter. So when it's choppy like this in the morning, does it get better during the day?
It can. Usually, yes. Actually, when it's choppy at the open, you can often then get the moves later on in the day, but not always. Sometimes it just stays like this all day. But more often than not, I would say you're going to get some sort of midday movement. Now, today's a little bit weird with the with President Trump speaking at 2:30. The market may be waiting to see what's said because it's been a while, I think, since we've had an actual speech, especially during market hours. So it might, that might be keeping some volume on the sidelines, waiting to see what that's going to mean for the markets, if anything, and how it's going to move things. But we'll see.
Oh, sorry, Peter, go.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was saying somebody commented, tough price action today. Old me would have blown my account up by now. That's the truth, though. I've had those days, right? Choppiness goes up, so you get long. Then it stops you out, and then it goes back, and you go long, or you're short, and it's just chopping you up and down. And you're like, "Oh, this is a short because it's not a long," so you get short, and then you're getting stopped out going long, and then before you know it, you've taken 10 trades in your account, and commissions are beyond what you anticipated. You're like, what is going on?
I think many of us have done that similar thing.
Yeah. Tesla broke through 439 finally, but not on anything that I could have traded. That pull back to driving bar up is not my setup, but of course now it's going to go to 440 and continue up nicely.
All right. Oof, not good. move higher here on Microsoft. It broke out of the range to the top side, unfortunately. It's back, well, almost at VWAP. Fortunately, my stop is above it, but we'll see. It's still easily within reach. And Tesla finally broke out of that range to the top side. It got to 440. So there you go.
Made
Finally,
the move I was looking for earlier, and then I just.
Yeah, that would have been really hard to stay in through that. I know that Andrew did manage to, but that's he was hanging out in Tesla. He had an excellent entry, so he was able to survive all of this chop without having to worry about going red all the time. So, but yeah, tough day overall. I feel fortunate to have gotten this Microsoft trade as I did and hold into it. Whether it stops me out now or gives me
is up near highs. There we go. Tesla 441.
Yeah.
Ah, Tesla. Gotta love you. Just didn't provide the second opportunity for me. Unfortunate.
Well, obviously Andrew's feeling a little more comfortable. He's trading some size again. He's up.
We got NVDA approaching high of day here.
Let's see what NVIDIA's doing. Oh yeah, NVIDIA popped up. So we're finally getting some movement. So, to the question that was asked earlier, when you get choppy open, can you get movement later? Yes, you can. And we'll see if it continues. I mean, it's still early on this type of move.
AMD's doing it as well. That's what AMD looks like. AMD's at the 200. I'd like a pullback down to somewhere near previous day close. And then another push up before getting into AMD.
What's AMD up to? Let's see here. Whoops. AMD. There it is. Oh, yeah. AMD moving back to the open price.
There's MF Microsoft to 478-ish.
Yeah, looks like I'm going to get...
Not liking that.
No.
Good thing you took that other partial, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad I did that. At least I got some off down at that target area, because it never did get to the 475. And it's now like a 90% chance I'm going to get stopped out on Microsoft. But, if I do, then so be it. Just let it hit my open price. And
Microsoft's above VWAP, so I know Carlos trades this, right? The pushback through VWAP, the retest, and then a continuation.
Yeah,
so, could be a good trade. If it can hold VWAP, or if it can't, it could be a good short off of 478 again.
So
SPY went green, and now it's pulling back to its previous state close.
all right,
Well, back. AMD's pulling back.
Really quiet this morning, isn't it? I mean, like we said, pretty choppy.
Yeah.
Hasn't been the easiest day.
Look at that drop on Microsoft. There you go, Peter.
Yeah.
I just wasn't willing to get in yet off that 478. That would have been a nice.
Well, that's where you said you wanted it to go to.
Yeah.
But,
It was there. I didn't have the kind of the signal for an entry that I wanted.
yeah, I would agree. Especially as it goes above VWAP, it just makes it that more questionable as to which direction it's going to take, right?
Yep.
It never really built a lot of orders to the top side either. So again, it could still go back. To me, to my mind, it's still a candidate to go either direction. I was fortunate enough that my entry was high enough above the VWAP that I survived that pullback. But it was a close thing. It came within 30 cents of my my entry before now going back. So that's a big sudden move for me. All of my unrealized profit is back here. If we bounce at this, I'm gonna watch it carefully here at the 475.50. If we go down to 475.50 and hesitate again, I might take another partial, just because it's shown twice already. It's bounced off of that level, right? So,
yeah.
But I'm hoping it pushes through this time and goes to get those orders that are sitting at 475. But I'm not going to make any assumptions. I've got to see what it's going to do and try and react to the prices presented.
I probably should have got back into that at 470. No, it's above. It's above VWAP. It was above VWAP. That was the issue.
Yeah.
And the close below VWAP didn't happen until it already dropped back down to 476.50. So not a good risk to reward. AMD, what are you doing? I don't like your volume profile going into this break, though. What level are you at on the daily? What's yours here? Oh, you did.
There. Come on. Ugh. I'm gonna take that partial just because it
did it
pushed.
again to you, huh?
Yeah. Oh.
I think
it's really.
It did make a new low, though.
It did.
Make it.
Yeah. Did it? If it did, it was only by like a cent or two. 220. No, it hit it to the penny. The 275.20 level that it hit back at 9.51. So I'm okay with that partial that I just took, because clearly, like, it's getting some support. It's not getting all the way down to the 275. Again, I'm taking more off than I had originally anticipated at this level, but that's sort of how, like Mike was saying, how you have to react to what the market's telling you. I've got a strategy, I know what I'm looking for, and I've got to be driven by the price action and what I'm seeing, right? When I'm just not seeing that significant weakness, then I'm going to take my partials. I'm going to take my money while I can, because I might not get that. Yep. I might not get another opportunity. So,
and look how it bounced right back up on you too.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't get right at the low, but that's okay, because it wasn't actually down there for very long. It looks like it was down there for like 2 minutes, but really that was sort of the last 10 seconds of that of the first candle and the first 10 seconds of the next one. So it wasn't there for very long, if that even. So I'm okay. I'm okay with that partial. And we'll just see what happens. Okay. Well, guys, this is good. This is a good, situation for me to be in personally. It from a trading point of view, I hope it shows you that you don't have to be frantic when you take your trades, right? Even on a day like today, Sometimes it's just taking that one trade that fits your rules and your strategy, and sometimes it'll work and sometimes it won't. And I was fortunate that I was able to stay into this, and it's leading to my strategy. But if I'd got stopped out, then I'd probably just be watching all of this, right? If Microsoft had stopped me out, I haven't seen anything else that I even remotely would have considered trading. So then it would be a big, long wait to see if the market gets some direction and if I can jump on some of the reversals that I like to trade later in the day, which may or may not happen. So.
Tried a couple times. Tesla, Apple, just not getting the follow through.
Mm-hmm.
NVIDIA. Wow. Here we go with NVIDIA.
What's NVIDIA up to? Well, it's just back up above VWAP here.
The
market
NVIDIA
is
has a lot of orders to the downside though on NVIDIA.
Mm-hmm. I see that. And Tesla never managed to get, it got up 440 and held there for a while around 440, 441. Couldn't quite get through I guess it did officially hit 442. It looks like the high of day is 442.06. But didn't stay there for very long. Tesla pushing down here now.
SPY losing VWAP. Closed just slightly below it. Now it closed below it.
I mean, for the sake of my trade, that's what I want to see. But
nothing off of these. Going up. Here's NVIDIA going back down. AMD going back down.
Yeah,
Microsoft
Tesla
going back up.
I know. I haven't looked in on Apple for a while. What's Apple up to? Yeah, big sideways day in Apple.
Apple has officially gone to the, if it's trading around VWAP, sit on the sidelines.
Yeah, it's not doing
Apple
anything
is
today.
Not a candidate for me today anymore. It had the first trade I had on Apple was great setup. Went, got a partial at the high of day, spiked up, wanted the 289 level, and it didn't want it, and it rejected out at break even. Fine by me. No. I'd be sitting in the red if I held it. So,
yeah. Pushing back up here on Microsoft.
We definitely have a range of about 478. 50 down to 475.50. It seems to be Microsoft's range.
Very happy I took that extra partial. And guys, I know I've said this before. If you've been here with us at the pre-market show, first, give us a thumbs up and a like. We appreciate that. But what I was going to say is on the strategy. Remember pre-market? We were talking about this right before the open. I said Mike and I both sort of outlined what we were looking for, right? We were thinking that Microsoft was a short play. We were looking for a move higher up to that VWAP or up to a level of support, which is around the 478 level. It came up there a little bit higher than we had anticipated, but it did show some weakness. We both got short. I happened to just get a little bit better entry. But remember, this whole trade was because we knew what we were looking for and we were able to execute against that strategy. And that's it. It was sort of that simple, right? We just got in, You set your risk parameters and wait for the trade to either work or not. So, I'm pretty happy with this, that it said meets with my rules. And again, no matter what happens now, right? It's a good position for me. I can sort of happily manage this trade and just let it run. I don't know what it's going to do. I can't read the price action right now. I've got no real strategy for it other than to say I might as well hold on. I could have gotten all out when it came down and hesitated, but I thought, well, I'll wait, right? I think that it could still go lower. It is gapping down a fair amount. I mean, for Microsoft to be down 2.5%, that's a relatively big gap for Microsoft. But if you look at the daily here, let's call it up. I see where there's a range. The reason why I was looking for 475 at the very least is I know it's been in this area, just a week ago. So a week and a half ago is easily in this space. So I know that there's a real possibility it could go even as low as 470 if it really showed some weakness. So might as well hold for that. It was worth the risk to reward, even though I'm risking my potential gains. I'm only $2-3 to the good on it. Why not hold? If I could get $8 to the good, then to me that's worth the risk to reward. So we'll see what happens. Nice and easy.
Yeah. AMD's pushing up. SPY's pushing up nicely as well. AMD's going up.
Yep. Yeah, Microsoft's back up above VWAP, so that's risky for me, problematic. Said, hey, last time we were up here, I said there was a 90% chance I was going to get stopped out, and it went back down to the low of day. So, I mean, I really don't know at this point. So,
there's that Microsoft back up there.
but it's also getting smacked every time it gets to 478. It looks like it. I mean, look how quickly it just moved right back down.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what it's going to do. It's all a mystery to me. Can we look at Tesla on Atlas? Sure, why not? Let me call up the Atlas tool here for you guys. And let's put, what I can do here? I'll put Tesla over here. So here is the Atlas outlook on Tesla. You can see we got a lot of, now we got more orders to the top side on Tesla, it looks like. 442, 3, and 5 seem to be where the bigger volume pockets sit. Not a lot to the downside. So there you go. That's what Atlas is telling us. Netflix. Are you saying you're going to watch a movie? Or are you looking at the stock? Let's see what the stock is doing. What's Netflix doing? I don't see Netflix doing much here. It had a moved lower today, but not
bad move lower.
Not a lot going on there.
Getting down to where I may be buying it for a long term.
Bring my Atlas back over here. Whoop.
Very, very choppy today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
So, and then I do apologize, Peter, but I do not want to.
You gave me the heads up.
So
it's okay.
But I will stick around till that bottom of the hour. Then off into the car to the doctor's
in the apparently the gray slushy snow.
Yeah, the gray, slushy, miserable snow.
I do not like those times of year when you just get that, like that dirty, all that dirty snow on the roads, and everything just looks gross. Really.
Yep.
We don't. Typically, that only happens sort of springtime for us, because in the middle of winter, it's usually cold enough that everything stays white because it just stays frozen. But it is ugly when it happens. Sometimes around Christmas, we usually get a little bit of a warm patch right around the end of December. But right now, it's white and fluffy outside.
White and fluffy, right?
Yeah. Actually, I haven't even checked my front step, whether I have to shovel it again. I have to admit, I take a strange amount of pride in my front step. I always shovel my front step nicely. Here's it's not really a Peter's rant, but like I always look and say, I got to make it look like I at least care for my house somewhat, right? And I have a service to plow my driveway. And the problem with having a plow service, they don't do as good of a job as you would yourself, because they come with the big heavy equipment and they quickly clean everything. But when you need the little bit of a melt to clear it off, because it gets warm enough with the black tar that it can heat the snow and melt, you don't get that, because you just get this thin covering of snow that the big equipment can't get off your driveway that you would get off if you were shoveling it. Anyways. So I feel like I'm always compensating with my front step. So I don't only shovel the snow off my front step, I sweep it off. I've got a big industrial broom that I use. That way my front step is always clear. There's never any snow on my front step. It just makes me feel better. So
it's good. Yeah. I shoveled snow yesterday, so
yeah.
Off the driveway. I wanted to get it off before the big deep freeze comes, and then it's just a rock solid on it.
Yeah.
It's never fun.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Once it freezes in place, that's when you're in trouble then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I was hoping that Microsoft is going to drop below VWAP again. It bounced back. It's up here. It's again looks like it wants to come and stop me out. So. I've got I've got like you feeling my pinky knuckle hurts. I don't know how the heck I hurt my pinky knuckle. It feels a little bruised. Must have bashed it into something. Could have bashed it into the wall playing squash. I did run into the wall a few times.
Yeah, that's never good.
Oh, that came close. That spike up with Microsoft. I'm still hanging in there, but it came very close.
Nice. Peter's still in there.
Hanging on by the skin of my teeth.
Hang, Peter. You got it.
It's there's nothing I can do but watch. Right there you go. It just took me out. Okay, so I'm out. I actually got a fairly decent fill on that, so all right, so out of that trade, that's okay. I'll take the money and run on that. I don't mind that profit this morning at all. So, trade is over. Now I can look for other trade opportunities if and when they present. Based on what I'm seeing right now, there's really not much. There's not going to be much up. Tesla, maybe it's sort of at high of day. It finally got up through 442, although it's right below it right now. But, it doesn't look good for a reversal at this point. Microsoft might even be good for a reversal a little later if it does move higher aggressively. I don't think it has any hope of getting green today. But, so that makes it a little sketchy for me. But we'll see what we've got. NVDA, NVIDIA's very choppy looking.
Very choppy.
I don't like the look of that at all. Yeah, so I don't see a lot, guys, that I don't see anything, frankly, that I love right now. I'm just going to keep an eye on the market, see what they do. But you know, I can relax now. Microsoft
And
is done.
now that you're done with Microsoft, yeah.
Yeah. Shame. Was hoping to get another a good big move on my remaining shares here on Microsoft lower. So I hope, of course, it doesn't move lower, because if it does, I'm not along for the ride. So, but that's all right. How about you guys out there? Anything that you're actively trading or that we haven't been looking at that you think we should look at? Where do I live? I'm in Canada. I live in the nation's capital in Ottawa. So, we're a suburb. You're looking at Netflix. A couple of you mentioned Netflix. I don't see a lot going on Netflix, really. I mean, it moved lower fairly consistently off the open, you know, with the market, I would argue, or with some of the things that were moving. I see this bounce, but that wouldn't have been a setup that I could have taken. So if you're trading it and you're green, then all power to you. What else are you guys talking about? BMNR? Well, that's one that keeps coming up in the morning that, frankly, I never think to look at. What is BMNR doing? Well, it made some moves, didn't it? 32 to 34. Interesting. Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to trade it, but I see the movement that makes it somewhat interesting. You guys are mentioning PSTG. Whoops, PSTG. Pure. Oh, that's the Pure Storage we looked at. Also, it looks a lot like Netflix. Sort of gap down, a little bit of a bounce. Yeah, again, if you got it short, to me these are like, there were open trades on it. Now Pure Storage looks like pure garbage, if I can be so blunt. Here you go. Give you the garbage truck.
Where's the garbage truck?
There you go. Give you a garbage truck for that one. But hey, if you got a trade on it, then it's all for you. You're long MU from low of day. Let's see what MU is doing. So you got, wow, if you got long from way down here, that's a gutsy trade, especially when the market was looking so weak. I mean, it looks great now, of course, and I bet you're loving it. But yeah, not the type of trade I would have been able to take advantage of, to get into and take advantage of. AMD gave a good 3R long. See, I love how you guys have different strategies. I can only presume you have an actual strategy around it. Were you able to take these trades and get profitable? That's great. Not my type of trade, but it doesn't mean that they're not out there. MSTR. Let's see, where's MSTR here? Oof. Interesting. That's a big spike lower, isn't that? $4 or $5 spike almost on MSTR in this one candle.
Yeah.
Yikes. Those spikes are terrifying to me. I mean, if you were short, then, and I don't know if it actually traded down here and you're able to get a partial. It could just be that someone filled an order and you never had an opportunity. But if you did, then that would have been awesome. So. Okay.
Nice. And AMD.
All right, Mike, I know you got to go.
Yes, I do have to go. Thanks, everybody, for YouTube. I will see you here tomorrow as well. So looking forward to that. Hopefully, Andrew and Brian come join you, Peter.
We'll see. Yep. Thanks, Mike. Take care.
Yep. Thank you.
We'll keep going here, guys. We're still watching the market, still waiting to see if there's other trade opportunities. As I said, for me, probably, we're an hour away, at least, from another trade opportunity that I could take. But there's for different strategies, there's trades out there. Did those spikes actually trade out? You never know. You can never know if those spikes actually traded unless you're actively watching it or you have the time and sales, so you can see the orders. Vince, you're long TSLL, which is just an ETF on Tesla. Where is my Tesla? Here's Tesla. Yeah, Tesla. I mean, Tesla's one of the few things that is, it wasn't an easy move higher, but at least it's consistently higher. You look at this chart, you can tell a clear direction, right? Like there's an obvious, upward trajectory on Tesla all morning. So that could be a very good decision on TSLL as it's could push higher. I don't know. What does the daily look like? Yeah, Tesla's had a pretty good week and a half, hasn't it? Look at on the daily how it's up in this range. This is the big consolidation range, right? Look how many shares have traded hands in here. So you're in good company in this space. I think you're going to be hard pressed to get up through 445 or higher than 445 just because there's so many. There's not as many orders sitting up above it. Not a lot of price action, but it's possible. I mean, Tesla's proven over and over and over again it has the ability to move very aggressively. So on any given day, right, you just never know where the thing is going to go. So. All right, well, as I pointed out, I am out of Microsoft and it's now moving higher. So look at that. Whoops, I got to show you on the 1 minute chart. Look at that. Look at a big spike higher, big move higher on Microsoft. Wow. Wow. Interesting. Was there some news? These two look at this candle pattern. Let me flip over to the SPY chart. It looks just like we see on the SPY and on the Q. So whatever happened, this is market. This is all market driven. Wow. Interesting. Even NVDA has the same candle pattern roughly. Very interesting. I don't know what happened there, but some major algos triggered, it looks like, to cause that dual, candle pattern. Well, whoever said they were long TSLL, looking good. Excuse me. You would have got a pop higher on that move, so someone's crying. Someone's crying and someone's having a great time with that move. Look at that move. That Microsoft move would have been great. Like a $5 move. I mean, I wasn't looking to take it long there, but wow. Oh, it looks like we might have our guest coming on here. We'll see if we can get Andrew into the feed here. Maybe even Brian. We'll see if we can get that to work. Don't know how that's going to work from their configuration, but interesting pop here. I was just looking for news. I don't know if you guys saw any news on what's happening, why this happened. But, well, hello, friends at Bearable Traders. Everybody in the chat, I'm back. I heard Andrew say that he was going to be joining me on YouTube, so he should be here any second. Get him connected in here. I think I have him linked in. He's got to get his microphone on, I guess. I don't see Brian yet. Not sure if Brian can join or Andrew can join. Either way, guys, for everybody in the Bearable Trading chat, I was just just got stopped out about 10 minutes ago on my trade. I only had one trade for today. You can see I've got it up here on the screen. I traded Microsoft short at the open. I had my setup. It's Brian's Rising Devil that I used. Sort of we laid out the trade before the market opened, told everybody exactly what we were looking for, and once it hit, that's what we did. So we took it short with the stop here above VWAP, and we're able to partial. Didn't end up getting the big move we were hoping for, so no real massive move, but consistently we're taking partials off as it hit this low of day over and over again until it finally came all the way back up to stop me out at my break even. So happy with the trade, really worked well, and it's a good example of sticking to your rules and how you can trade with patience. It can work out for you. I hear Andrew now. Hello. I could not, no. Why can't I hear Andrew? Hold on a sec. Let's see. He's turned on. Oh, wait a second. Maybe this was why. Try it now in vMix.
Peter, you should hear me from vMix.
There he is. Now I can hear you. I had the turned off. I'm sorry about that. I got all these controls. I have to
Echo?
manage.
Is there echo? No.
Shouldn't be. All right.
All right.
Welcome, Andrew. How are you? I don't have your camera, but I can hear you.
You don't have my camera. But there is an
No.
echo. Why is there again? I don't. But you have to unplug.
Looks like you had a
What
good
about
day.
that, guys? Can you guys hear me in the chat room?
Yeah. Yes, they say they can. They can hear you in the
Good.
chat room. They can
So,
hear
Peter,
you on YouTube.
Should I what? If I put the volume, it won't get the. All right. So, Peter, say something.
Hello, testing. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
hear an echo.
So the chat room can hear us, but in the room, Peter, you might be a little bit slow or low, but I
Okay.
will.
I am slow.
Low and slow.
Low and slow. That's me. My nickname
So
in
I
high school.
had Peter, I had two good trades on Tesla, and I'm going to quickly show you what we did. It was really entertaining. I'm going to share my screen as well.
There's now the EIA Weekly Petroleum.
So I stopped that. So we had a really nice trade on Tesla. I had two trades. And if you share my screen for the people in the chat room as well, that would be super nice.
We'll get
I don't know
this
if you
here.
can.
Yep. Well,
Please.
how about that?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. So you guys in the chat room, sorry, in YouTube, guys, you see people in the chat room, they saw we traded twice on Tesla. So that one trade here, we got stopped out, and then the last trade was here that was pretty good. And it's going up 445 or 444, but unfortunately I'm not in there. But there was some good lessons, some really good lessons, because it was a 1 minute range break up, pop up, partial, add twice more on it, and got stopped out, but quickly came back up on it and made some money. So overall, it was a $10,000 day, even though it could be way, way higher than that. So overall, it was a really nice trading day. But Gary, for example, he held it much longer, and now he's at 444, 445. So really, really impressive in there. How was your trade, Peter? I saw you did nice shorts, yes?
Yeah, my trade was a short on Microsoft that I was sharing with everybody earlier. I got in short right at the open and didn't end up moving as aggressively lower as I was hoping, but it worked out well. I stuck to my rules and I was actually pretty happy with it. So just got stopped out of it about 15 minutes ago.
Yeah, thank you.
And I took a swing trade long, so I'm long Microsoft right now.
Well, there you go. I gave you my shares.
476. I mentioned it in the room where as we were trading. That would kind of like the way it was bottoming out there. It looked like I thought could even be a good swing trade. So, but I have actually partialed on that nice little pop up we had. So gonna hold the rest. We'll see how it goes.
Nice.
Look back. Yeah, look for a return to 490, maybe. That was yesterday's close. Maybe not today, but maybe another day.
Well, we were talking about that earlier. It has the possibility of moving that far, but yeah, I think it's unlikely that it's going to go green for today. Possible,
No.
not likely.
He said, happy you got catch that bottom there.
Right.
Always love the oversold. Sometimes things get a little oversold. Just the market gives you an opportunity.
I just wanted to thank you, Peter, for taking care of the YouTube and chat room while we were gone. Honestly, we're having so much fun, and I feel really bad.
Peter, we're having a crappy time.
Yeah, exactly. Tell me the weather's horrible and you're having a bad time and you're missing nothing, right? I'm missing nothing.
No. First of all, we really, really miss you here. I will really, really miss you. Like everybody constantly says, like Peter should have been here. You are very big part of our fun.
And the mic too.
And Mike as well. Yeah, Mike as well. So again, all of you guys were really missed here. But again, thank you so much. And I'm really sorry from people in the chat room. I do apologize for people in the chat and also people on YouTube because the week like this, when we're traveling, the quality of our material is going down. Our chat room is getting a little bit messy. There's echo. I'm trading in one screen only, so the quality of our community goes down. And YouTube, obviously, Carlos is away. Carlos is doing a lot of work for YouTube, so I do apologize for a little bit of a messy week, but I hope that you stick with us and don't cancel and don't go somewhere else.
Let's hope not. We still got good content. We still got a lot of material and a lot of show to come today. So,
but it was amazing, guys. Honestly, it was good. The resort was really nice. We got a really nice room and we had a really good time together. It was way better than I was expecting.
Excellent. Well, that's good. That's good to hear. And how long are you guys there for? When the end of the week?
So today's, what day is it? Thursday?
It's Wednesday.
Wednesday. So tomorrow we're gonna trade as well, and the Friday as well, and then most people are flying out on Saturday. So
Okay.
2 more trading days. Condition, yeah.
Right. Wow. So you had the full week. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. And the time was a little difficult in the first 2 days because it's right now it's 11 p.m. and the jet lag and everything. But I'm pre-adjusted now, so I'm pretty good. So tomorrow morning, actually, the resort manager he wants to take me trade running into the island. So at 5:15, it's gonna come pick me up and we go do some trade running.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, but we have yoga sessions in the morning. Cara, she's a really amazing yoga instructor. She's from Australia. She comes and does yoga. It's really nice, and we have really nice breakfast, and it's really amazing.
Awesome. Now you've been nice to the manager there, right? Like he's not going to take you out into the jungle and leave you there?
Oh, that's a good question, actually. He seems like that kind of guy.
You haven't been a problem client, right? Like,
No, we're nice. We're nice. We're
Okay.
really, all right. So,
All right.
is there any question, guys? Let's get back into something useful. Is there any question from YouTube or in the chat room? I think it was a pretty good discussion that we had in the room. I think right now we have about 25 traders in the room sitting and watching us. They were pretty also patient as well because our microphone, Brian was really slow, so they were also really patient. But if there's, guys, any question in YouTube or in the chat, keep getting into that.
Oh, Tesla, it's 444. Yeah, if you guys have a question on YouTube, please throw them out there. Why is Peter so loud? I'm loud? Am I loud compared to Andrew? Sounds about the same on my levels here, but if I'm loud, I can turn me down.
No, don't turn it down. It was really good.
Okay. We'll leave it then.
So, Peter, why didn't you come? I think the word on this fire is your wife said you are having too much fun and you're not allowed to go to Thailand. That's the word
That's
around
right.
the campfire.
That's right. Moratorium, no more fun. She's declared that. No, no. We have a lot of trips planned in the over the winter time, and we said, you know what? It's she wanted to be able to go with me, and she just couldn't get the time off work. So I said, you know what, I won't go without you this time. So, I regret it. I have to admit, as much as I would probably pay the price if I left her back at home and left, I do regret not being there. But next time.
Do you think she would have missed you if you just had disappeared for a week? You could have just put in it.
Maybe she would notice. Just tell
So
her I'm
Glenn
playing pickleball. She would know.
So Glenn is asking a question that, Andrew, did you ever ignore or move your stops? Yes, and usually my biggest losses has always come from the fact that I changed my rule and I changed my stop loss. That has happened, and usually come after with some big lesson, big pain that you slowly learn that, okay, I better not to do that. So, Hiba, what was the comment above? Can you repeat your comment? I'm sorry if I missed it. Sometimes the chat goes fast. If you type it in again, I'm going to answer that. Yeah, if you type it in again, that would be nice. How your execution with IBKR? Yeah, so I'm using a DAS trader is connected to IBKR, and it's pretty good. Execution has been really good. I mean, when I'm traveling now, I get some partial fills and some late fills, but so far has been pretty good, really. There was another question that how did I trade Tesla? So I'm gonna go quickly into my 1 minute chart to show you. So Tesla in the pre-market was strong with a 1 minute opening range breakup for the break of yesterday high, which was 437. Obviously, market atlas was really helpful to see if it was going to go higher. I added for the break of 438 twice, but eventually got stopped out when it dropped below the VWAP. And as soon as it bounced back, I went long again, and it got a really nice move from 436 to 442. So the second trade was profitable. So let me question. Iba, what was the question?
Okay, so
yeah,
couple of questions. Henderson, you're saying what platform we use? DAS Trader Pro primarily for live trading. If you want sort of a free simulator, you can go to tradingterminal.com, and there's a simulator available through that. Amit, you're asking, how do you get a group paid membership? Well, bearbulltraders.com. Go to the website at bearbulltraders.com. Maybe if somebody's listening, they can post that link and the discounts, because we do have Cyber Monday sales on right now. They're only good for one more day, so you want to take advantage of one of those deals if you can. Or, of course, we have our regular, like the intro offer, if you just want to, see what it's like, join. Those are available. But bearbulltraders.com. I'll put it in here in YouTube for you guys. There you go.
So somebody's asking, is it new, read the book and they want to start trading. So the best thing that you can do is, first of all, for a few days, take an intro session. You don't have to pay $1,000. Don't pay $200. Just come for 1 week, pay $19, and just look at us. Look what our thought process, the style of trading. And then go to the Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern time. There is an onboarding session that Carlos and Dwayne walk you through your career, what to expect from trading for the first few months. It's a really good session, 1 hour live. Carlos is doing all these things every week, repeating, and there's only usually 10, 15 people who can ask questions, and then you can see what you expect. It's like an orientation to your new business, and see if you like it or not. And if you do like it, then you trade in a simulator is an absolute must. So you have to trade in a simulator. I know you just opened up an interactive broker, Hiba, but be very careful. You just sign up for medical school. You do not go to do open heart surgery. You know what I mean? You have to wait. Even interactive brokers have simulator. Trade on a simulator for interactive brokers and see if you can actually get consistency or not. Do not jump into live trading. That's the biggest advice that I give to you. Maybe you get lucky a few times, beginner's luck, but eventually the market will take it away from you if you don't have a system. And trading on a simulator is a really good way for a few months. And then after a few months, you can go live trading. Well, give it some time because the market is changing every day. It's not always easy. You have to go to a different. Yeah, TradingView is good as well for simulator. Trading Terminal is good. So.
And Jay Drex, if I answered your question there, you're asking for the main deal. Does it the $29.99 deal? Does it come with the DAS Trader Pro account? Yes, it does. It's a specific configuration so that you can do the live simulated training, but it absolutely does. So for the duration, right? For the 3 month of the funded account trading.
So we had three Black Friday deal. We should actually remove them. I forgot to tell them to remove it. So one of them is only membership for elite membership is $9.99, $1,000. If you want the boot camp included, is $299, so $3,000. That includes 1 year membership, one boot camp, and also a DAS trading simulator funded account. And if you want just the trading terminal funded account, would be $1,200. So depending on which one you want, if you're really new, just go with the $1,000. If you're not new and you want to take it to the next level, we have a lot of traders here in the room that they took boot camp and they massively improved. So you can take the boot camp one. But again, I don't want to sell you anything. You have to see what's best for you. I don't want to give this impression that I'm trying to sell you a membership or something. You have to see what's best for you. Absolutely. And at different stage of trading, you need different things. Like at the beginning, you probably need a membership. At some stage, you might need a boot camp. And at some stage, you might not need the community. And you might move on to a different community which matches your style, or they're more, experienced, or the more sophisticated. There are some communities that they're super sophisticated. Like they do sophisticated options trading and everything. So, you eventually graduate to them. And some of our experienced traders, they just don't show up to the chat room anymore because they're rather to trade by themselves. It's so distracting, and that's okay as well. So it's really you that you make a decision how to use the community resources. And again, we are like a kindergarten to trading. You start here, some of the basics. There's so many different ways. There's, as much as you want, you can make trading sophisticated. There's no shortage of sophistication in financial markets. I would like to keep it very simple, and I have been keeping it very simple for almost 10 years. And I'm actually very resistant to make my trading more sophisticated.
To your question, if you join mid next month, if you want to start midnight, the boot camp starts on a schedule. So the next boot camp starts January, the first week of January, and we'll go through until January, February, March, till the end of March. So, but you don't have to join that. Yes, you could join and get the deal and join on the next boot camp, which would start in May and go through the summer. And then our third one, we only do 3 a year, and the third one would go through the fall, start in September and end in December. So yes, if you take advantage of the deal now, you can sign up for a later boot camp if you want. And Amit, great feedback, Andrew. He's saying, Andrew, your new book is kick ass, and he loves it.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate an honest review on Amazon if you can do that. So Alex is asking a very good question, guys, in the YouTube as well. So Alex says, Andrew, do you think trade is okay to trade based on intuition when you have experience, or you actually have to have a completely technical trading? I think, Alex, what I would call intuition that you're calling intuition, I would say is experience. So I think it's okay to take trades that are based on your intuition because it comes from the muscle memory and experience that you have.
Right. So if you have the experience.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So for example, my style of trading is not really an algorithmic trading. Like you can't make my style of trading an algorithm. But for some people, I think Thor, for example, his trading style is very algorithmic. He has very little discretionary decision in his style, which is really nice. I think that's a very good, feature, that your style is so mechanical that you can actually write an algo for it. Like Thor, it develops indicators that works perfectly for his system, and that's great. But for me, there's a lot of intuition or discretionary decision making in there And I'm not proud of it, but that's the style that I have. Uh, with the use of Market Atlas, and now we are working on some, AI agents. I want to actually make it more technical, so essentially identifying all of the decisions that is going on in your mind. But as of now, I'm a very discretionary trading. But I wouldn't call it intuition or gut feeling. I would call it experience. All right, Thor is here. He's at Money Show. I hope you had a great presentation, buddy. And I mean, I actually admire your dedication because you're trading from the airport, from lounge, from Money Show. So well done, brother. I'm gonna hand it over to Thor, and
Thank you.
all the best
Appreciate it.
much. And again, apologies for any little hiccups. We'll do better next week when we come back.
All right, thanks, Andrew. We appreciate it. And look at this. Look at this. We got the Thormeister sitting at the Money Show, trading live from the booth. This is pretty awesome. Hey, Thor, how's it going?
Oh, it's going amazing, man. I am having so much fun right now. Just to create a little FOMO, ROMO, or whatever that is, everyone who should have been at the Money Show. But they were so gracious to actually let me hang out and do it from the booth. So pretty
Cool.
awesome. I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that is pretty cool, actually. And have you got a screen for us today? Are you sharing?
Yeah, it's on its way.
Okay.
Let's see. So there is Zoom. There's a screen. My trading day has not been as good as my personal day, unfortunately.
Well, that
I've had a
happens.
great day otherwise, but I mean, I've been in a short on ES that was going very, very well in the pre-market, and then after that has been lackluster at best. So I'm still in it, but
right,
not great.
yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Well, that happens. So, I can't imagine. You might be a little distracted, perhaps.
It is a little bit distracting, but the presentations were really good. I had fun presenting for them. Actually, pretty decent turnout, so I was pretty happy with it.
Okay. There you go.
All right.
What, I got 70 here.
And now I am trying to find where my pop-out chat went to, because that is the next thing I'm trying to figure out. Because now I can't see what anyone is saying. I'm just going to keep finding it. Further we go backwards.
We
there
got
we
you.
are. I found it.
We got you in there. All right. I'm gonna let you do this, and it's sort of cool. I think it's cool that you're live there and able to do this from the show. So, guys, if you're in the Florida area, run down. You could pop in, do a little cameo. Hey.
Right? Come on in, hang out, come say hi.
Cool.
Maybe we could have some lunch. I think one of the Peak guys might meet me for lunch. So if anyone else is in Sarasota, come say hi.
Yeah. All right. I'd stick with you. I'll still be trying to monitor this, but I've got 3 different things going on here.
I think Dr. V will be on in a minute.
Oh.
And then she'll hang.
Okay. I'll keep an eye on that, and I'll tag her in here once she gets connected. So where am I going to put her? Okay.
Sounds beautiful. There's the pop-out chat. So it is good to see everybody out there. Hello, YouTube Landia. So happy to have y'all with me. So we had a really interesting. I had a whirlwind of a trip getting to the Money Show. I ended up flying in through Newark. I ended up getting delayed because, believe it or not, you can put too much gas on a plane. That is a thing. So I ended up not getting into Sarasota until 10 a.m. and I had to present at 1:15 and I landed in Orlando. So I arrived 10 minutes before my presentation, set up and nailed it. So and then had a good time though. But last night, I'll be honest with you, my old guy caught up to me last night. I fell asleep at 8:15, completely just. Oh, I was so sad. Anyway, hey, Dr. V made it. Hello. Good to see you. Hello, YouTube. Dr. V is here.
Hello.
All right, we got her connected in now. Sorry about that. That was a delay on my part.
Oh, hi.
Good morning, pretty bird. Vince, everybody, good to see you. 2 stars now. That's right, Gianluca. We got the whole team here. I still like your backdrop better, but mine's fun at least. But and the ES is being very rude to me today.
Or reclaiming the trend right now.
Yeah, I had a lovely short that was going for quite a while, and then it's kind of been slowly moving. If it goes back above 68.53.50, I basically will be out if it makes a new high a day. So we'll see what happens. I mean, I'll still make money. If it goes through there, I'll still make like $1,000, but I shorted near R4 in pre-market.
I'm and my swinging NQ swing is still good. I got a little
Still good.
morning. Like maybe this is gonna be a beautiful break even, but so far so good.
So far, so good. How about you? Did you get any trades today? I just had the one, and I'm just seeing how it goes. So, and right now, not looking so hot. I mean, a little money, not a lot of money.
I mean, if we hold the trend on ES, maybe a trade long on ES, but I was working with clients this morning, so I didn't.
Yeah, right now for me, it's with that news that came in and how we sold, but we came right off of S3 beautifully today, and we could do a trending breakout. It's a narrower range, so there's no reason it can't happen, and it's reclaiming trends. So we'll see what it does right now. So let's go. So I like YM and a couple of others too, kind of in similar spots. I should have bought, but whatever.
Oh, YM was so beautiful. I'm gonna share my screen.
I loved YM. It looked really pretty. And then let me message Peter and have him switch your screen on.
Peter's in charge. Let's go.
I know. The big man in charge.
Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you all. Bonjour, love the front there.
Oh, winning.
Oh, sorry, you're calling me, trying to get me to do something.
Yes,
No,
sure.
just switch in Dr. V at your earliest convenience, and then you can leave her on.
Do we want her charts on the screen or?
Yes, please.
Okay. Uno momento.
I could be in Florida or I could be in Fiji. You don't
There
know.
we go.
Oh, I mean, baller money show.
I got the booth.
I've got nature.
I know your view's better.
Money and nature. That's a great combo. I like this. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I don't think anyone here will argue the better view is that direction.
I like both. I like the fusion of the two. All right. So I think we're seeing my screen. Yes, I'm on. Thank you, Peter. So
Rockstar.
I mean, look at the hold on the trend on YM. So we lost trend, came back, nope, broke it, let's go. That's what I'm talking about when I say breakouts, I wait for a retest. You could enter here, okay, stop is here, but then this is the best entry for breakouts. Wow, textbook, I like it. NQ still trending up. Okay. That was a beautiful short. Okay. Here or here, you see the reaction on the trend line from the other side. So the trend line, the uptrend, is now becoming a resistance. But until they take this, they're going up. Right? Now wedge, resistance, support, bulls, bears from this side. Okay. Bulls. Bears. Bulls.
Bears.
Okay.
That's fun.
So here, for instance, I would wait for this to break. Here you can be short, but you expect a reaction here. The game of direction. Yes. Okay. Let's see if we hold. If we don't hold, we wait for the break of this. And
The ES just reoffered R3 to like the tick and started selling again. It's just such in the right spot for this. I just wish the range wasn't so narrow, but I'm still short on this. I've been holding it since pre-market. It just, I need it to like sell. Like, can we start selling, please?
RTY was a beautiful hold on the support. We had two beautiful setups to go along.
Mm-hmm.
But the trend is your friend. I mean, it's not going down right now on RTY.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, exactly. RTY has been, I mean, it was like broke out. It's like I mean, it's been nothing but straight north and it's still buying very well. Pretty.
Yeah. And crude. Crude is reclaiming the trend. And then, we're coming to the wedge here. So we have the downtrend and the uptrend meeting. Who's gonna win? So we are in this wedge right here, right now. Gold is holding. Let's go.
Gold was an interesting one today. I was watching that for a while.
Look at me.
Look at me.
YM. We should look at YM. Oh, nice. So now we are in resistance. Trending up.
YM's in a really interesting place.
I don't want this. And the cans. What do we have here?
We're right on R4 right now. So
But
it's a
it's pretty
higher range. So
narrow.
yeah.
So we wait
So it
for
could break out. Yeah, I mean, we're still buying, so it could be a breakout. But if it fails here, it would be a massive failure.
But you see, for instance, okay, and maybe somebody else has this question. According to my cheat sheets, I would wait for the price to be above this to go for a long. So for me, I wouldn't have a setup right here.
Nope, and I don't.
Okay.
So, yep. Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't take this. I don't think I would take this long either because it opened too low. Oh, it's just in the CPR, so I guess it could still count. But it also opened really low. So to expect a breakout when you open this low is it's a lot to ask for.
So then was S3?
I wouldn't trade it. Yeah. So I wouldn't, for me, I wouldn't trade. I would have rather have bought probably like ES or NQ near S3 today for that. But those are both wide, narrow ranges, which I don't prefer to buy. So I haven't had a lot of trade opportunities today.
Yeah, exactly. So the S3 was not
Ideal.
the menu. Yeah.
No. ES just started selling again. So the main issue for me is when I look at the higher time frames, everything looks very distributionary for me. So I don't like being long in this market. So it's caused me to not trade a lot. What I have found over the past like couple of weeks is I've probably taken the least number of trades I've taken because I haven't had as many setups as I like. So generically, I'm really having to stay, focused in on not putting a lot of variation in and just trying to keep things as, as focused as I can. So like me, for instance, I got in on the short on ES that I'm in. This is also technically a higher narrow range. So this wasn't a plus setup for me either, but I'm still, I'm still in it. But the main reason I got that one in is because we were clearly selling for me and we had lost the shorter term trend that I had marked in pre-market. So that was enough for me to give this one a shot.
And this one we failed to go above the trend, which is very interesting.
Mhm. The
That's-
really nice cam play today, if anyone was looking for, is AMD. AMD had a really lovely R3 call that it just did about 15 or 20 minutes ago, and it was absolutely gorgeous in every way. It fit every single part of the criteria. If I was on my different setup and I wasn't trading equity, and I could have traded an equity on it, that would have been a nice one. But
So here, beautiful entry, breaking this direction, failing the trend. Amazing. Forgot to put an
let's
alert.
go.
just,
So
I just
my
missed it.
target on my original short is ATR low today. So that's what I'm still holding for. Why not? So I was willing to give this one up, but it just thought with the narrow range, if we did happen to go out the bottom, it would be a big day. So see what happens.
Yeah, everything can happen in the market.
The cam pivots are available in TradingView. We just kind of altered them a little bit. So there's now two different versions. So there is a light version. The Camria pivot plays light, which has all the cams, all the calcs. You can see it all, and that's available for free. But for all the calls, the alerts, and all that stuff, we have a subscription-based one that you can grab. If you're looking for that, go to my Instagram, and you'll find a link for more info.
Also, SMCI had an alert. Somebody's mentioning that R3.
Mm.
Oh, that's mean. So close. But this is scary. Jesus, what is that? Fireworks?
Yeah, the price section. But yeah, it got right up to R3. You have a different calculation than me?
Um,
Are you using, I don't think you're using Thor mode.
thank you. Oh, so we didn't reach S3 at all then.
It's a much better call if you have it in Thor mode. It actually makes a call, or at least it did for mine. Boom. Yeah, that's better.
So somebody's asking about AMD.
If you're in AMD, which was a lovely call today. I mean, just beautiful. I would be targeting 212, which is when you're S3, monthly low. It's right where it bounced off of already. There's no reason to think it can't go down there and do it again. So I'd go R3 to S3. Nice.
Yeah, very nice. Let's
Bala.
go, AMD people.
Let's go cams. We're getting some calls today. I think, I saw when that news came out, Dr. V, it was maybe about 4 or 5 minutes after the 8:15 news came out. There was a massive amount of selling that hit. And I was just like, wow, it was really interesting to see how much came through. And then in the pre-market, we just started waterfalling, like maybe a little bit later. Really interesting to see how today closes on that news. And then we also know, for everyone who's paying attention, one of the things we do in our small group, which Dr. V and I have together, and it's not really a small group, I guess, it's just our group mentoring. Dr. V in the very beginning goes through all the higher time frame stuff, and then we have one of our guys come up on doing news. So one of the things we know that we're going to be looking forward to I don't know about forward, will be Trump's talking today. So we also have that coming out. So let's get ready. Go AMD.
Let's look at the higher time frame on this. Speaking of, it's always good, even if you trade the 1 minute chart, the 30-second chart, whatever it is, just to have an idea of what's going on.
Absolutely.
Bigger picture. So we have, ooh, look at the wick on this. Okay.
Yeah.
So monthly, we have a potential resistance right there. And then the next monthly level for me would be this one. So that's the monthly, then I switch to the 4-hour. And then we had this coming down that we broke. And we are below the monthly resistance. All right, and then we can have a line because we don't have much information. We don't have yet a pullback. So we could have like a default trend line just to have an angle. Okay. And say that if I'm taking the breakout here, the price should stay in a slope. Okay, it should stay above this. Like we are trending up. So we should have like something like that. All right, so see what happens. 1 minute. Oh, I just want to see where it hit. Oh, it's not today. Okay. Like for example, even if you trade the 1 minute chart and you want to short around here and you didn't see that we had a level that could turn out to be a support, very important one, well, you don't understand why the price suddenly doesn't want to go down. It's because we have a monthly here. And then we have the trend going down, the default that I just put there. So we have some room to go down according to the 4-hour. Fun.
Very. It's the first time I've seen you draw 4-hour trends on a ETF for a while.
That's
Or
like,
sorry, on an equity. I mean, an equity.
I know. Ooh. Ooh.
It's like, how do you feel right now? Do you feel dirty?
I was trying not to think about it. Just a symbol.
It's like, that's funny. So RTY started selling a minute ago, and it lost its shorter term uptrend. Now I'm watching it reoffer its short term uptrend on a lower, wider range. So shorting R6 is a viable option on a lower, wider range if we're counter trend. So I'm kind of looking to see if we start selling, which we have not started doing yet. But I'm interested that we're now under the shorter term trend.
Under RTY is an under shorter term trend.
Yeah, just like the 1 minute. We lost it for me.
But yeah, for me too. But yeah, this one. But then see.
Yeah, just like the little shorter, the faster one. There's still a bigger one we got to lose, but there's, just like the little 1 minute fast slope there. It lost it.
So this one, yeah.
Yeah, that one.
But this is not a good set. It doesn't look good so far for a short. Yeah.
I agree.
The bulls. Let's go.
They're fun.
I mean, now I'm in, when you're in the swing at the same time, it's like, I want this to go long, but at the same time, I want to take a short set.
Exactly.
So now reaction from the other side of the trend.
Looking to see what happens. I like that's fun.
Strong move. Jeez. And also, this morning we were watching the downtrend that we had. So for the trend to break and then the level to hold, we had these two for RTY. Oh, I mean, if we go back under this. But the indices are difficult this week for day trading. I don't know. I don't feel it. It's weird.
Yeah, They've been very, if you look, they've been very choppy, like since the beginning of the month, or like maybe even the end of last month. They've been quite choppy.
Last week was fun. I mean, the couple last weeks, like even the last month was great. I had amazing setups on indices, but this week so far it's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning we were watching to go long if we were breaking the trend and reclaiming the purple. So that was the setup. So we had this little downtrend just taking,
YM.
yeah, since Friday.
YM just alerted for me.
Oh, we're crossing the resistance. Is that it?
Oh, it's calling it for an R4 long now.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they're gonna do this sometimes, okay? We have to be ready for this. So we have our trend, and then they know the trend is there, and they might sometimes mess around like this and stop you out. So it's part of the game.
Mm-hmm.
But now we're reacting to R4 again.
I like RTY here.
So Thor, is
More
it
so.
short or long on YM according to the
YM would be a long play on the cams.
I like the retest of this, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it looks fun.
And then that's a, and I like we have the monthly central pivot, we have R4, and then we need to be above this line. And now we need to hold this trend. So I'm just adjusting it to fit this recent price action. So you say you like RTY?
But for a play back to the inside because it's on a wider range. But YM's got a call, so I'm kind of watching that one. But YM looks like it's gonna sell. Or not YM, I mean RTY. Sorry, I said that backwards. My apologies. RTY looks like it's more likely to sell.
Yeah, yes again. I mean, we're trying. We just want to go back on the trend. Let us in.
Mm-hmm. Let
We
us
want to
do it
go.
already. God,
We
why are
want
you
to touch the
fighting?
moon. I want to get back. It's so funny. It's like every time, no. Hey, no. Hey, no.
No, oh, no.
Hey. I just want to go in.
That's so funny.
But it's pushing. So maybe just update us about the yellow box on the indicator.
So the yellow box on the indicator is the central pivot range. So it's the distance between the R2 and S2. So it gives you a little bit of an idea for where you need to be paying attention to as far as like opening location. If you're, we have some of we talk about how we want the play to open. So if it opens and it goes too far down through the ranges, we kind of start to lose viability on our plays. So that's why, for instance, if we buy S3, right, we want it to be in a wider range and then play back into the CPR. So basically that's just showing you the CPR.
So here in higher narrow, where do we want the price to open if you want to?
For YM, everything about YM is actually a solid call. It opened in the right spot. It's a narrow range and it's in the right location. The only thing I'd like to see is more buying out of it now that it's offering here, but it's in the right place. It just looks kind of weak volume wise, but it's in the right spot. I like it. So I'm kind of keeping an eye on it. It just looks really weak as far as the price action.
Yeah, the resistance is working so far.
RTY looks fun. It lost that little shorter term trend that I was liking.
Holding R6. And then if we lose R6, that could be a play for you, right?
Mm-hmm. And I'm still holding ES. So maybe it'll happen. So you're saying there's a chance.
Oh!
Oh, no. All right, there goes YM. There goes YM. Right off of R4. Let's see how it goes. Stinker.
Need to cross this. There's a wall.
The red and green boxes, it depends. The boxes outline the ideal locations to enter and exit positions for the strategy that I utilize.
And
At
mixing,
Wick.
yeah, mixing the higher time frame with the cams. Like we have a good example right here. Okay, so you don't get excited because you see this. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my
like one of the
God.
things that was really holding me off on wanting to go long on YM here, because you're running right into that's one of your monthly lines, right?
No, that's a 4-hour.
Oh, that's a 4-hour?
Mhm.
You change your colors on me sometimes, I
No,
think.
monthly are
I'm
all
just kidding.
dark green.
I'm just kidding.
I promise.
I promise it's my memory.
No, but I do change my support resistance to have more fun, you know? So I can decide something when I trade, because I don't decide anything. But the monthly are always dark green. But then, so instead of being so excited, oh, I have a hammer on R4, let's go. Like, be careful,
Yeah,
you know?
absolutely.
So battlefield, bulls, bears. So here it's not a good place to take any trade. So yes, your
I'm
average price will be less good, you know? It's so nice to have it here and have the stop right. No, wait for when it's right. Sorry.
Oh, I'm with you there. So, James, you hate being colorblind, makes color recognition really hard for anything red or green. So, yeah, that would have that problem for sure. Use if you haven't already explored, use I forget, line candles. I think they're called line candles, where they open and they close by putting a line on either side instead of using a box. They actually put a line on either side, and it makes it much easier to read price action if you can't read color, because you can just see where it opens and closes based on its positioning. What does market offering mean? So there's buying, there's selling, and then there's offering, right? So sometimes there are people who want to sell, right? But no one wants to buy. And this is called our offer. So sometimes the price goes up, not because we're buying, but because we're trying to find buyers, right? People are offering, there are sells. So we are moving the price up to see if we can get shorts to stop out, see if we can get people to buy high of day, all of these different things. If no one buys the offer, then we sell. So now we offer the bid. Sometimes we offer the ask, right? So when we're talking about offering, we're generically talking about low volume movement towards one edge of the range or the other.
Like selling your toaster on Marketplace.
Exactly. Hopefully not in a blizzard.
Hopefully not. That makes things very complicated.
I've heard. So I mean, not experienced because I live in Florida, but I've heard, that it's a bad thing.
So on this chart now, I have the bars instead of candles, and the line, the horizontal line that you see on the bars is the closing price of the bar. So we made a high, we made a low, we closed. Okay, so the higher the bar, the more bullish. Lower the bar, the more bearish for the candle. Actually, I learned how to draw trend lines with bars.
Interesting.
Because
they work very well.
I thought it was more visually simple to draw trend lines in the beginning, and now I don't see why, but You see that? Wow.
Wow.
We change our minds. That's what we do. That's what they do. And that's what we do. Okay. So they
Hmm.
changed their mind. They said, we're going down. We're losing this trend. And now they said, nope, just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding. They like to fake you out. They'll do it all the time. This is why risk management is so important. Like everything's just a hypothesis. You know what I mean? You have a really good idea of what you expect could happen, and then you put a system together that works it. But it does not mean your system's going to work every time. As someone who has had a system they've been using for a long time, trust me, mine does not work all the time at all. This is why if you ask me what I do for a living, I tell you I'm a professional loser, right? Because that's literally what I do for a living. Like people go, "Oh, dude, you make a lot of money. What do you do?" And I'm like, "I'm a loser,"
Yeah.
with a big old smile on my face. I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "I'm a professional loser. Like I lose more often than I win, but I lose very little, and I win a lot. So I'm a professional loser." And it's I actually explained that in my the presentation we did today, and that had a pretty good laugh. At the same time, yesterday I was short in ES as it was waterfalling, so I was walking around showing them on my iPad, like, this is why I'm a professional loser, because we can make money here. But if it goes above here, I'm out. Why? Because then so many things could be happening. You could be reclaiming a longer term trend. You have no idea what could be happening after that new high. Let it get out. Preserve your capital, both emotional and physical, and then try again if the setup's still there.
And if it doesn't feel right, you feel that you're forcing a trade, it's not clear enough for you, just pass. You don't have to trade every day. You don't have to trade every ticker that you like. Sometimes NQ is very nice. Sometimes it's not. For me this week, we're kind of in a strange place. Like we broke out the downtrend, but we're like, okay, just going sideways for a bit. And really, the days are not very volatile since Monday. We have like little days. Well, today is a great one. I mean, we're doing something, but Monday and Tuesday, that was, oh, we go up, oh, we go down, oh, we go, that just like sideways. So
YM finally started to come off of R4 to the top side after being a bit of a pain for a minute.
look at this beautiful. Oh, just to say like, oh, there's a resistance here. We're just gonna like kiss it very fast and then bye.
Yep.
But it's so nice to see this. You see, like
That's
we react
awesome.
to it and then we go, no, and then we go, right? So like, let's go
Exactly.
now. So we
And then
trapped a bunch of sellers. We're good to go.
this is awesome. I went ahead and pulled the long on the YM when it came back through. So I'm gonna see if this one works. If it comes back through R4, I'll get out, which is actually pretty good because my entry is actually a little under R4 as it made that new 1 minute high. So I got it in a good spot. So we'll
That
see
I
what
would not
happens on it.
recommend for beginners.
It's a really nice one. So we'll see how it goes.
Right?
Fits all the rules. So
But
we're gonna go
took
R6,
your
R4 to
entry-
R6 on this one.
Yeah. You took your entry here before R4?
After it had gone above R4 and it came back under R4. So it was right, entry is right at 11:31 as it makes the new 1 minute high.
So you bought
Right.
okay.
I bought like basically my arrow's right on R4.
Okay.
See how it goes. So I didn't see anything I didn't get a really good strong buy otherwise. So I was waiting for it to really show me, but I was still feeling higher range, narrow range. We're in trend. Things have been going pretty good. So it seemed like the better play.
So Tony is saying something interesting. Those invisible trades I don't take are killing me. Why are you not taking these trades, Tony? Is it because you missed them or you didn't take them because you got scared of taking them?
It's a great topic.
Oh, holding my lip again.
Oh boy.
So for those people, okay, that are not taking the trades because they are afraid, remember that our job is to do the same thing every time we have a setup. Okay, so if you have all the criteria met, you need to take the trade. That way you will build a database with your trading strategy and its rules. If sometimes you take the setup and sometimes you don't, you just make the journey longer. We are traders, and a trader trades. You have to take the trades that you have to take. Okay, very big quote today. But seriously, okay, if you are not taking the setups, it's because your emotions, and then it's avoidance in psychology. Avoidance means that you're not going to go into the potential pain of having a losing trade. So your brain is protecting you by not doing anything. You're not going to lose money. But at the same time, you're not going to win, and you're not a trader when you do that. Okay? So you need to work with exposure. It's so simple. In psychology, anxiety, PTSD, phobias, exposure therapy. It means that every time you have the setup, guys, you need to take it. Every single time. You are a scientist. Let's say that you have a patient coming for your clinical trial today and you're like, I don't like his face. I'm not going to give him the medication to test it. So you just like wasted your time. You had another person that was willing to do your experiment and you passed. So now you have to wait for another guy to come and test your stuff. Just do it. Take the smallest risk possible. It's not about the risk, the money. It's about you performing. Expose yourself to fear is the only way to calm the brain.
I couldn't agree more with everything that Dr. V said, obviously, because it's all correct, right? She's brilliant. So you guys like really keep like pay a lot of attention to this, because I can tell you from my personal experience, the emotional capital I feel of not hitting trades you knew you should have taken, I think is way more than just losing. Like I would rather just have the trade, have the setup. It works. I just lose. Like that doesn't really trigger me at all. That's very controlled. It was just it's just a test. I'm just trying to see if this works or not. It's no big deal. Right. But having a perfectly good setup that meets all your rules and then not taking it and then watching it go away, knowing that that was the trade, that if you had taken that trade, if you had done it right, it would have worked. All of those other things, that for me is going to be the thing that will keep me up at night, right? The lack of execution, right? The fact that I didn't go for it, right? And you got to rewire for that. It's a performance metric. That's why, we say this is the hardest way to make easy money, right? Because it's very difficult. It's a performance sport. When you're learning day trading, you're learning how to be a professional athlete. You're not, Dr. V is teaching you how to perform way outside of trading. If you listen to the stuff she's talking about, you will become a better performer in trading, of course, but also your personal life, your professional life in general. Like all of these different things, if you start applying these concepts, and to be a better trader, I'll probably insist you may have to apply these things to more than just trading. You're going to find that if you can do that, you're going to really like the outcome of that. But you can't focus on anything other than just your process to what's going through and following your rules. Anything other than that, and it really starts to unwind things.
And here, this uptrend is a 1 minute uptrend. Somebody was asking that. So the emotion, so why do we take trades that are less good? I think it's because we need to work, like we need to do something. We feel we have to do something. And trading is a very different kind of jobs because we're better off not trading if it's not the setup that we like, because money, we need to protect the only way we can go to the party, which means your money. Okay, so choose wisely where you want to invest your money. You have a crappy restaurant, a very good restaurant, and it's $50 to eat there, each one. Why choosing the crappy? Because it opens 15 minutes earlier? Of course not.
Because you're in Florida, and that's the only kind of restaurants they have. It's sad.
Well, then you move. But protect your money. If the setup is like, it's cute, but I'm not in love with it, you don't have to date it, okay? Be selective. Also in your dating, by the way. Be very selective in what I should invest my time, my money, my knowledge, my learning. Because I'm not here to make money. I'm here to make the best trades. Be selective. We're so, in the beginning, we're so wide open, like take my money, it's bar open, I want to take all the trades out there. Like there's no limit to the amount we can spend. That's so funny, right? So we relax and we decide what to do. Okay, do I like it? Like, yes, I like it very much. So then it's gonna go in my database. I need to take this one. This one doesn't feel, I don't like this. It doesn't fit 100%. Then I pass. I come back later. I don't like the chart today. Like, I don't know where is this going. I always like in the morning to have some kind of guidance on, should I be more bullish oriented? Should I be more bearish oriented? So this morning for the indices, I was more bullish oriented. Good. The bears are out of the way. So be selective. Yeah, waiting. So now we could have another shot at this trade. If we're holding now, this resistance should become support and we should hold the trend. So we could take this one if it holds. Let's see. And there's no, really, it's not, how could I say that? When you trade a breakout, that's okay. You don't have to chase anything because most of the time, and we should have data on this, how many times do breakouts come back to the price? Like seriously.
We could probably figure it out on varied time frames, I'd imagine.
I mean, we could select maybe like a very obvious level, and then how many times we break out, we come back. I mean, it's kind of difficult to ask that to a computer, but so many times, right? In your experience, how many times do we go back and test the level? Let's say an R4 breakout or an S4 breakdown, right?
I would say the vast majority you would reoffer. So this is one of the reasons, like when I'm teaching entry, like let's say you're playing a narrow range S4 breakdown, right? I want it to lose S4 before I enter this one. I don't want to get above S4 because I'll get chopped. So I actually let it lose it, but you don't want to hit it as it loses it. You want to let it go under and then reoffer. And then you hit it on the reoffer because that's, you can see if it buys very aggressively and comes back into range, not to take it. So, but if it reoffers really nice, low volume and just kind of, comes back up, especially if you've got a good loss there, that's where I like to hit it. And that gets you the best RVR too.
So I like to use simple words and then I will say that it will come back to the level.
Yep. Come on back. Come on back now. I'll go country on it. So I have my Fiji water today. So I'm not smart water, so I'm not smart. But
what's your Fiji? You're expensive.
But I'm expensive, and this came out of my hotel room, so I guarantee this is probably a $50 bottle of water.
I mean, it used to be like $7 a long time ago. I remember when I was living in Montreal, I remember I saw that water coming, like it was like what, early 2000 when it came out in Montreal, and then
Mm,
everybody were like, wow, Fiji water, but it was so expensive.
yeah. $10 per sip.
That's a good sip.
That's a good sip. It sure is. So we have a couple of announcements here. Let me run through the YouTube stuff. First, everybody, could you just do me a favor? I mean, there's quite a few of us here. Just make sure you do the thumbs up thing. I didn't really ask earlier. I forgot, so I'll ask now. Make sure you hit it. Ding. Also, we do have a trading terminal webinar this Thursday, how to read order flow, 3 golden tips, December 4th. And that is being presented by me. Oh, that's fun. So we'll be doing that at 7 p.m. So for anyone who wants to come by and check that out. Also, we have new signups for the Peak Capital that is available for the next round of Peak Capital. So we have a month off right now. So where everyone's going to kind of get ready and start putting their stuff together. But if you sign up now, there's already early sessions to start working with Mike, to start getting your stuff put together. That way, when you start, Dr. and V and I don't have to wait for you to figure out your playbook to start working with you. So just go ahead and start getting it going. And then also, minor announcement, as many of you know, Dr. and V and I also cut the red ribbon on our combined mentoring group, the Alchemists, Market Alchemists. So links available in our IG profiles if you want to check that out. So also available for you to come by and work with us a little bit more directly. So if that's appealing to y'all, check out the information there also.
Thank you very much. Yes, the baby is born.
Yay!
It's an alchemist.
It's an alchemist. Oh, he's so cute. But it's so fun.
Yeah, I'm so happy. So this entry was very nice for me to take this R4. Look at this. Hold the resistance and then the trend, like everything is aligning. I like it.
Oh, it's so fun.
Ooh, he made it to the party. Finally. It worked hard. Like I'm in with the bulls now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm still in this one. So
entry.
I'm still here on YM. I'm in at R4. So it's like 47, 760. Actually a little north of it, 760.50. But if it comes back through, but my stop's at R4, I pulled it up now. If we come back through it, I'll just get out because I have to travel soon. So I don't want to leave it on while I'm driving because then I'll be tempted to check it while I'm driving.
Yeah. We're only humans, right?
Cell phone. Hello. The gambling is real. RTY is struggling. Everything seems like it's kind of struggling though to get some good gas going right now. But
it's lunchtime. They went for lunch. So my profit target for this would be the R6. And where's the ATR? High. Yeah. I mean, I have some room to go to R6.
Yeah, a lot of range in there.
Okay, but when I started to use my new system, I was using base hits. Okay, 2-to-1s, 3-to-1s, like not going crazy.
I think it's really important to talk about that as often as possible with everyone. It's like you come to one of these YouTube channels, and it could be any YouTube channel for any community. You know, whether it's us, whether it's Andrew, whether it's a different. When you're looking at people, these are people who have been trading for 5 years, and they've got established systems. They make it look easy. You know what I mean? So in the beginning, you really want to swing for the fences and try to hit some of these big targets. But I actually highly recommend you really do what Dr. V is talking about. In the beginning, really just focus on getting good entries and making money. Getting good entries, making money, get consistency, get comfortable, desensitized to being in the market for a little bit, then start working on being in the market for longer. And I think it can really help you out. And don't really even focus on what your necessarily even what your profit rates are at that point. You know, you're not really in that phase of your education. You know what I mean? You're just learning how to hit the ball, you know, baseball analogy. You're just learning a good swing right now. You're not learning how to hit home runs. We worry about that later.
Exactly. And just focus on entering trades, saying, okay, I'm going to enter this trade. If we come back to it, hold the trend and go higher. Okay, focus on the entry criteria. If you take a reversal, okay, you take, let's say we have a line like this, okay, you get, let's say we have a level here, you take the reversal, you put your stop at the swing low, you swing this, okay, high, long, focus on your entries. You want to be like finding your learning technical analysis 101. Don't go crazy, but learn the basics very well. Then choose a strategy that you like, then make the recipe for it and just go first. Okay, what's my entry criteria? Where is my stop? Where is my target? And then you just, okay, I have the criteria. Just practicing that, okay, getting some data on your entries. And then when you nail the entries, then you can go more into trade management. But for the first stage of just testing yourself, how do you engage in trading? In trading, we engage at wheres, okay? We don't engage in the middle of, let's say we use the cams here, okay? We don't engage in the middle of nowhere. We engage where there's a party, here.
I like that.
So today that was the party for the cams. And also this indicator is so awesome because it tells you what to do. So you don't, today for YM, you didn't have to worry about all these levels. How awesome. It's cleaning information for you. So you don't get in trouble with trying to do anything else because we are higher and narrow. I will wait for R4. That's it. So if it doesn't show up today, guess who's not in trouble?
Exactly.
Choosing. Also, the higher time frame was more bullish. Guess who's not going to be a bear today? Make yourself stories like that. I want to take part of this because this and this and this. Not just because it's moving. Why did you enter? Because it was moving. Okay, it's not
right.
a strategy. It's a game of direction. It will go up, down, and flat. That's what they do. But we need to try to understand what are they trying to do with the big money. And I'm going to align with that. And now for the indices, what is very difficult is that we don't quite know, well, it's been going up, okay? But we had that crap going on right here. Okay, we had this, you know, but we came back, held this, but there's a region of chop right here. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what to do. And now for YM to be bullish on the 4-hour, it needs to take that.
Yeah,
So
I got out of my YM. We came back through R4, so I'm out of that one.
Professional losers, yeah. So again, I took this entry.
Boom.
Okay, if the price comes back below the level, I'm out. It doesn't make sense. Now it makes sense that this line is still being a resistance. It's not a support. It looked very nice, but we couldn't make a higher high here. So then we came back inside. So we lost that trade. Ooh.
No, this is what I want everyone to see. Like that's, you see, Dr. V said this perfectly earlier. Like the issue we get into day trading is your desire to trade, period. And then on top of that, your desire to win, right? And again, like I said earlier, I'm a professional loser, right? So we lose all the time. We have good hypothesis. I like what you said about making sure you're building like a story behind what's going on. I think that's so important. Like if you're trading and you haven't taken the time to build a story behind what you're seeing in the market, you're early to your position. Like you should take the time to explore the narrative behind that ticker today. Okay, when it started the day, what kind of price did I see? It held trend all day. It's doing this, it's doing that. Have these things in your head. Then say, does it fit my criteria? And that'll keep you out of a lot of impulsive trades, I think.
We have gold hitting the trend line right now.
Oh, I forgot about gold. No, gold was like in a lower, wider range, and R3 was right near pre-market high. Oh, yep, it did. It was a good one. R3 was 42.62, so it pulled right back to R3 near pre-market high. That could have potentially been a good one. Oh well, I forgot about gold. I was looking at it this morning, and then I completely forgot about it. That's fun. Oh well. So we have a few minutes here till we're going to go to cut this thing, and Dr. V has to get behind the paywall at Bear Bull Traders to do her session, which has become one of the premier sessions every single week that everyone likes to go to. So we're going to go ahead and wrap this afternoon's session. I really appreciate everybody from coming by and hanging out with me today at the Money Show. I hope you had fun. And then, of course, special thanks to Dr. V for coming and hanging out with me on a Wednesday. Always my favorite trading day of the week, hanging out with you.
All right, you guys are straddling the paywall right now as we've been streaming into the chat room this whole time. So thanks everybody at Bear Bull Traders. Thanks everybody out on YouTube. Have a great rest of your trading day.